and welcome to Gehenna Gaming, where we tell dark stories and support inclusive gaming. Tonight we are doing a unique take on a fan favorite TTRPG, Alien, molding it into the Resident Evil universe. So before I jump in and explain a little bit about how I did that and what we're doing tonight, I want to go around and let my wonderful cast, who have been very patient with me getting this game organized and scheduled, introduce themselves, starting with Sade.
Hello, everyone. It's Sade Smith-Edwards. You can find me on the Lovely Craftians podcast, a Call of Cthulhu actual play. We're on season 4. You can also find me on Twitter at Sade Ambient. And you can find my card there if you want to see all the other wonderful links connected to me. And on to the next person.
Finn.
Hey everybody, I am Finnegan Archer, the Bloodhaven Bard. You can find me on Twitter at Bloodhaven Bard, or doing projects on Chaotic Tiefling, or on the actual play Utharian Legends on D4RPG at Twitch. That's where I'm bouncing around doing things. I like comic books, I like video games, I like tabletop. So everything that's happening tonight is just making my heart explode. So thank you very much.
That's the goal. Yeah,
that is the goal. Make hearts explode. That is what we do. In more ways than one. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys, and on to the next lovely face.
Joy.
Hello, everyone. I am Joy, or Sensitive Joy. You can find me around the internet as Sensitive Joy. I stream on Twitch. We do mostly horror and mental health there, lots of variety stuff. But yeah, Sensitive Joy all around the internet.
Fantastic. Adam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Edwards. I am not nearly as famous as most of the cast here. I don't have a Twitch stream or any following to join the cult of, unlike my partner Sade. But you can find me on Twitter at decorum_BLB for Be Less Bad. And yeah, I'm very excited to join Gehenna and join you in the cast tonight.
Last but not least, Red.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red or Mariah. I have my own Twitch channel, Mischievous Red on Twitch, and you can find me on Twitter at _Mischievous Red. I do a variety of games, but primarily horror and more creative aspects. And then I am also on Huntsman's Hydra on Twitch with my partner Ashenworks.
Fantastic. And briefly, because y'all probably know me by now, Ian, I go by Ravnos Online. I'm the founder of Gehenna Gaming. And that's the channel you're watching, so I'm not going to pitch it. Before we jump into our game tonight, I do want to just give a content warning for this game. It's Resident Evil. If you're not familiar with the Resident Evil franchise, it deals with zombies, bioweapons, bioterrorism to a certain degree, and a lot of blood, guts, gore, mutated animals, things like that. We will be exploring 90% of those themes, probably steering away from the bioterrorism for the most part, just because it's a contained story. If you are familiar with the Resident Evil franchise, this game takes place before Resident Evil 1. So, enjoy. And now, our credits. To set the scene, we have 4 security guards who work for Umbrella Corporation. You are all guards at the Arklay Laboratory beneath Spencer Mansion. One of you, this is your first night on the evening shift. And then, in addition to our 4 guards, we also have a botanist who works for Umbrella, directly under Birkin, specifically. And then one of our guards is perhaps a little off from the rest of them, but we'll explore that in a minute. We open the evening with a welcoming party for the newest member of the Arklay Labs security staff, Joel Campbell. Joel, you previously worked at Mansion Security above ground at the Spencer Mansion, and for how this operates, the mansion is often home to some of the scientists and staff who work in the labs, but has its own security force, its own presence. It maintains a more of a non-umbrella, for lack of a better way to put it, exterior for the public. But there are ways to get down to the laboratory from it. You can make your way through the courtyard, etc. For the rest of you, you've been working here for some time. And it was high time that a new guard was added to the staff. So that's good. It'll take a little bit of stress off of the rest of you. But it's a little odd. The recruiting for this position was kind of rushed, and this is the first time that someone has actually moved from mansion to labs, in any role, really, security or anything, maintenance, anything else. So we'll open with your boss, the head of security, finishing a pleasant, if a little too long, speech welcoming Joel to the team and thanking you all for your hard work and dedication, blah, blah, blah. And cutting a piece of cake. It is definitely a store-bought cake. Probably it's sheet cake, not the best, but, you know, it's free cake. And Bonnie, you would be in the area because you were waiting for someone. Probably wanted a cup of coffee or something, and happened to walk into the room at that moment. Megan, for you, kind of the same thing. You knew that this was happening, and you decided to just go check it out and see who was joining, so you were aware of it. But, yeah. So, head of security, Mr. Walters, walks over, hands you a piece of cake, claps you on the shoulder, Joel, and says, "Welcome to the team."
Mighty kind of you, Mr. Walters. It's a pleasure to be here, protecting you fine folks in the lab coats, and hopefully not being just another face of a man walking down the hall with an armed weapon. Are they always this dead?
It is the beginning of the night shift. You know, it is what it is. But everyone, if we could, you know, give Joel a warm welcome, and I'll let you get to know each other a little bit. I have to make a call real quick, and he kind of shuffles out of the room, basically leaving you all to, like, awkwardly actually introduce yourselves and mingle.
Don't mind him. He doesn't like awkward silences in any form or capacity. You should get used to it here. That's just how it is. Joel, right? Can I call you Joe or Joey? Does that work with you?
Just don't call me a loser and we'd be all right. I suspect Joe or Joel would just be fine.
Gladly, I will not call you loser. I don't think that should be in anyone's vocabulary. So, tell me about yourself, Joel. I think this is the first time we're meeting officially. Kind of know you already. Your paperwork from the labs.
Well, I've been working up top for about a year, looking after the hobnobbers and the suit wearers that stay up in the mansion. Prior to working for Umbrella, I was doing a little bit of law enforcement, but paycheck in the private sector just looked too nice.
Sounds about right. So you got some good credentials, is what I'm hearing.
I've handled my share of threats.
All right. Good to know. Good to know, Joel.
How do you enjoy the work itself, Joel? Or is it all about the funds?
Well, to be honest, I like it how quiet it's been. The fact that I'm not running down somebody every other week is a nice little change of pace.
Oop, knock on wood. Can't be saying stuff like that around here.
Well, I can only speak to how it's been so far. And the past year up top in the mansion has been little more than babysitting, really. And pay's not bad for babysitting.
That is true.
Some of us are just glorified babysitters.
Ooh, there's some big babies I hear. Here you tend to walk around with the fella that wears the shades at night.
So to speak.
Ani during this has just kind of been like walking behind them, sort of eavesdropping as they're having their conversation, but sipping her coffee and kind of not really saying much, but observing everything.
What are you doing here? I don't think I've seen you around here.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. I step in with them, nod my head. I'm Bonnie Winters. I work in the lab. Necrotrophic fungi specialist, as well as botanist, as well as that's a necrotrophic fungi.
Okay.
Do you need me to spell it?
I would love it if you could spell it for me here.
Necrotro.
I was just pulling your leg. It is totally okay.
That's fine. I'm sorry, I'm not used to all the new people in here that I'm not familiar with, so it's nice to meet you.
Welcoming the newcomer here, Joel.
Yeah, Joel, is it? I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Joel Campbell, glad to know you. First day down here in the labs, looking at more of the business side of things more than the actual research. What is it you do in hopefully 3-syllable or less words, please?
I research. Okay, let me see how I can put this really plain. Virus, like infectious diseases, that's my specialty, but also on top of that, plants and effects of plants. Do you know anything about plants?
Well, I know an herb or two has done me good in the past, but other than that.
Oh yeah, all right. We'll get along.
You do.
I have somewhat of an intrusive question. When did you apply for this job?
Oh,
I didn't even know we were hiring.
Oh, I'm never not applying. I seem to have a way of being the squeakiest wheel, if you take my meaning.
I'm gathering.
Like I said, standing up there night after night, making sure everyone's still sleeping, playing poker with some of the boys that work up there when we get the chance. It needed to move, so I just kept making sure that my smile was the biggest and my voice was the loudest. And you know what they say, talent gets recognized eventually if you keep shining.
You know what they say about that? Like smiling, talk less, smile more. I heard that's a thing.
And
that is not what they say where I come from.
while you're all chatting, the way that this little kind of this break room is set up, there's one of those big glass like plate windows in it looking out to the hallway. Jack, you're off to the side, kind of keeping to yourself right now. And you notice through that window, you can actually see Walters very aggressively talking to someone through one of the walkie-talkies. It looks very heated.
Interesting. Having a walkie of my own, do I happen to know what channel he may be on right now, and could I tune into that conversation?
You could make an educated guess if you want to make a roll.
I will try that.
First roll of the evening, peeps.
So that's going to be a wits and comtech roll.
Sorry, I'm just separating different die that Sade gave me. Thank you again, Sade.
You're welcome. I got a plan. I got
And-
a plan.
Now I gotta bring up. So that was a what kind of check again? Sorry.
Going to be your wits plus your comtech skill.
So that would be 8.
For our viewers, this game it's the Year Zero system from Free League. It uses D6s. The only difference being that in Alien you have stress dice. Luckily, Jack's stress is, I hope, 0 right now.
I am hoping that as well. So how would I determine success in this capacity?
So a success is a 6.
I have 1 6.
That is a success then.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So you because you are the communications officer for the team, you're kind of dispatch. You actually have a headset for yours, so you can just kind of like click your walkie on and no one else would notice. And you scroll through the channels for a second and pick up the tail end of a conversation of someone aggressively telling off Walters, saying, "Do your damn job and make sure that this is contained." And you see Walters where you can tell the word, you know the word fuck when it's said.
Yeah,
And
right,
sure.
sure.
But not into the walkie. Turn around and storm off towards his office, which is just around the corner from where you can see.
Interesting.
That's
Alright.
all happening. If it's okay, Joel will say to Bonnie, "Now, Doc, you say you work in viruses. Tell me, you're one of the ones that are curing them, right? Not one of the ones that's tweaking them."
I don't know what you've heard about what we do here, but curing's all I know how to do.
Well, I can't say.
It's generally not our business to ask
Oh,
what
of
they're
course.
researching.
Don't get paid for that.
Well, no, yeah, don't take my meaning the wrong way, but if I'm to be walking these halls night after night, trying to keep folks safe, I would like to know where the halls lead. If you're headed off to your duties from here, would you mind helping me get a lay of the underland, as it were?
So at this prompting, may I walk over to Joel? And
Yes.
Joel, congratulations on your new promotion and welcome to the team. I hear that you're looking for a map of the lay of the land. I want to hand Joel a map of the underground laboratory.
Okay.
My name is Jack Harlow. I'm the communications officer for the security team down here in the Arklay Labs. It's a pleasure to have you on the team. If you'll excuse me, I do have to attend to some other matters at this time. And then I want to exit and try to see where Walters went.
Okay. And Joel, you now have a physical folded pamphlet which has a rough map. It's not like it outlines what every single room is, but
Right.
it gives you an idea of the layout at least. It does indicate stairwells, elevators, and well, there's only one elevator. But elevator, stairwell, and the actually the communications office, and the medic, and the med bay. That too. The important stuff, the things you really need to know where they are. I'm gonna follow Jack for a second, and then we'll come back to the folks in the room. So Jack, you quickly exit the room. The rest of you see him go past that plate glass window that I mentioned. Jack, you hear a door shut while you're in the hallway, so something nearby, and when you move around the corner, you can see light coming from underneath Walter's office door, which is directly next to the door to the communications office, which is basically a, like, 10 by 10 room with a glass pane in it that has one of those, like, two-way speakers in it, and then, like, all of your communications array and, like, a computer and some other stuff. And this is, just for clarification, this is early 90s, so you all don't have cell phones.
Right. So can I make my way into my communications office, and like I'm hoping that, as a good little security officer that I am, perhaps I have a means of just, listening in on my head of security, Mr. Walters here, just to make sure, like, he's okay, everything's good. Or maybe I just have a way to listen in from the door over, the room over.
I'm gonna make this another roll.
All right.
I'll say that while the building is certainly designed for security and what's the right word? Privacy. You're particularly observant. Communications is your specialty. You've found which doors are thinner and which walls are a little, you're like, oh, if I stand here, I can hear through the ceiling tiles coming across because of the air vents, sort of thing. So why don't you give me another wits roll plus observation this time?
So that's one last die. I'd already taken out one. Okay. Having all these die is like
Yeah, boy.
challenge in and of itself. All right. No sixes. Unfortunately.
Okay, so that is a failure. So in Alien, every roll can be pushed once. So pushing is basically taking anything that's not a success and rolling it again. Pushing increases your stress automatically. So
I'm
you
a pretty carefree guy.
So you can push the roll, but you're gonna get a stress for doing it.
Let's do it. Let's get stressed out early in the evening.
Okay.
I had coffee just a little bit before this. I'm already a little shaky.
For the night show.
All right, that's 2 sixes. So
There you go.
it's still a success, but
Yep. So now it's a success, but add 1 to your stress tracker, and every roll from now on, you'll be adding an extra die to for your stress.
gotcha.
You go into your office and you find that spot where you know that, like, where the air vent is that kind of connects to his, and if you stand up on a chair and it's really quiet, you can kind of hear what's going on in his office, and you position yourself and listen. He's not talking to anyone, but you can hear him kind of he sounds annoyed, like shutting a door too hard. You hear keys. It sounds like he's either getting ready to leave or go do something, like maybe going around, something like that. Walters sometimes stays overnight, sometimes doesn't. He doesn't have a set schedule like y'all do. So sometimes he'll just stay overnight and work with you, and sometimes he just takes off because he's been there during the day shift, sort of thing. But yeah, that's that. He's not talking, but you pick up on that vibe of aggressive, annoyed, very frustrated. You hear the jingle of keys, a drawer slam, and then you hear his door open, and he's back in the hallway. But he does not pass by your window, so he's going the opposite direction, which would be leading towards the elevator or the stairs, depending.
Okay.
I'm going to jump back to... I'm going to pause there and jump back to the other folks. So for the rest of you, picking back up from when Jack walked out of the room.
I was going to, since Jack abruptly just said hi and then said I am going to leave immediately. She's gonna think that's a little odd, because so far 2 people have done this very quickly. So I roll, or you can tell me if I roll to find out if I pick up anything from that.
Yeah, go for it. This would probably be. Let's do empathy. Let's do just empathy.
Okay.
Flat empathy roll.
Oh boy. Have it. Yes, I got 2.
2 success? Okay. You've worked with Jack for a long time now. I mean, he's the person you know the best out of all of these folks, because Megan's been here for a while, but she works for Wesker. She does her own thing. And you've seen Bonnie around, but you're not on the same team. This very much seemed like Walters left in a hurry. Jack left because he's following Walters and he's curious as to what's happening. Yeah, that's the vibe. You were like, I know what he's like.
he doesn't really contain it very well. Like when he wants to do something. That's interesting. Wonder if something odd's going on.
Do you say that out loud?
I say that out loud,
Oh.
yeah.
Like what?
I don't know, like, Jack just left following, what's his name, Winters?
Walters.
Walters. I keep on, like, getting into Walters. Followed Walters out. There's something's going on. It's not really. This is the time of night where it's like slow moving, no urgency kind of thing.
It's that shift in the guard where there are other staff that work at night, but they're just clocking in because the security guard shift happens staggered from all that. So yeah, there's you've got like an hour before like maintenance is coming in, and like the night shift lab techs who do their stuff at night come in, like the ones who just monitor things like that. You got time.
Okay. Yeah, so something might be happening.
Bonnie nods. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And say Bonnie nods along with what Laura's saying the whole time and seems to be looking around to kind of want to survey what's happening, and kind of walks towards the edge of the room where Jack went. Is there any sort of like window on the door that he might have gone through that I could be peeking through, or anything like that? To just I'm just showing my signs of curiosity that I want to know what's going on.
Without leaving the kind of break room that you're in, you can see where they went, but it goes around a corner, so you can't see where they are. But you can look out that window. So for the rest of you, you'd see Bonnie like looking out that window, obviously being curious.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it seems Mr. Walters did scoot away without giving me my direct orders for the evening. GM, would Joel already know his position?
Yes.
And where he needs to go post up?
So you would actually get that from dispatch. You would get that from Jack, and you do know that.
Oh, okay. All right. So, well, seeing as he didn't give me any specific orders, knowing the last dispatch orders Jack gave me, I might as well just go ahead and get used to my rounds for the evening. Pleasure meeting all of you. Hope to get to know you better.
Likewise. Take care.
And so, where is Joel headed now?
You can either there would be kind of just a locker room essentially for male staff. The locker room for security would be shared with maintenance, but that would be where your personal belongings go. You have everything you need for the evening on you already, but you could also go to the communications office and check in with Jack, see if there's anything you need to be doing. But much like I said earlier, you are aware of the routine here because the mansion functions more or less the same. Your shifts are staggered from each other so that you're not changing at the same time, but you're aware that like this is the quiet time. Like normally this time of night, if you were on staff at the upstairs, this would be when scientists were coming up and going to the rooms. They're going out for dinner or drinks, things like that. It's just getting dark outside right now.
All right. So, and communications is, am I seeing this right? It's on B2?
It's right around the corner from where you are right now.
Okay. And so we're currently on B1.
No, you're on B2.
B2. All right. So we're on B2. So it's right around the corner from us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what Joel will do, and the hallways are like, traffic areas, I'm guessing would be most of that I see on the map on B3.
Yep.
All right. So Joel's just gonna kind of patrol the halls, get familiar with everything, so he doesn't have to keep staring at a map.
Okay.
And looking like an idiot. And so he's gonna make his way to B3 by way of the communications room, just to walk by and see what's going on.
Okay.
Maybe wave to Jack as he goes by, but just taking note of folks that are wandered around, seeing if Jack looks concerned or stressed as he walks by, and then if there's nothing of import that he sees before he gets to B3, he's gonna start just familiarizing himself with the hallways of B3.
Perfect. Okay. So Jack, you right around the time that you hear the door open and Walters leave, you see Joel coming around the corner. So Joel, when you go down towards the communications office, turn the corner, you see Walters heading towards that staircase, heading towards B3, ahead of you. He looks like he's in a hurry. Jumping back to 3 in the room, in the break room. So Joel heads out, and the 3 of you are left by yourselves.
Well, since the party boy is not here, I might as well go back to work.
I'm with
Has
you.
it been off around here lately to you all?
Very much, yes.
Absolutely.
Especially just now.
I can't make heads or tails of any of this right now, and so I'm not sure I want to be around anybody. I might head to my lab. Things feel weird.
A little. So I'm gonna go back to my work. I'll be in the med bay if anyone needs anything. And
I call after Joel. I'll call after Joel and let him know that I'm heading in that direction too, that I'll walk with him down to B3, see if he can hear me.
I'll go with you as well, Bonnie.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
So we
not gonna
catch
say
up.
no to not gonna say no to a friendly face and a fearsome force. So, by all means, the more the merrier.
Well, it's nice to have you here. I thought I'd just walk with you, show you the way to get to B3. That's where I'm spending most of my time. So I'll walk with you.
Anyway, because like the
Yeah.
med bay is that way. So
Yeah.
it's just like
So-
we're all
Joel-
leaving. Oh, everyone. Oh.
We-
So yeah, you call Joel right after you saw Walters. You heard your name, spun around. The 3 of you catch up. Megan, you were going with them as well. Or
Yeah,
you-
I was.
Got it. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. You 3 catch up with Joel. Jack, you see basically all of this happening directly in front of the communications room. You're just like, okay.
That awkward moment when the group says goodbye, but then you all realize.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Going
happens.
the same
I'm
way.
going to med bay, and it's just like, well, I'll go with you.
When Megan walks by Jack's office, she'll like look through the window because you have a window, right? That's what we'd established.
Mhm.
I'll look through the window and like I'll give like a nod, like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need something?" And if he doesn't respond, I'll keep walking. But if he like gives any indication that he wants to talk, I'll stay.
Jack?
I was thinking like, I can like give her a head nod to invite her into my office if she needed to speak with me.
Okay. So you vaguely misinterpret, but not really the look from her. So then you're like, oh yeah, come on.
Right.
Okay. So you 3, Laura, Bonnie, Joel, start heading towards the going down the stairs to the lower basement level. Megan, you're gonna stop in and check with Jack. Okay, so do you go into his office or you just open the door?
I go in.
Okay, so you go into the office. The 3 of you leave. Let's focus on you 3 as you head towards B3, and then I'll come back to you 2. So you 3 head towards the stairs. You see Walters kind of wasn't running, but power walking very quickly. And by the time you get to the stairs, you don't see him in that hallway. He's gone. He took off to do something. You don't know what.
Well, at the risk of asking what folks do when it ain't my business, again, is he
might be.
always this jittery?
No, actually, this is he's doing that like that thing that people do when they pretend that everything's okay and it's a calm run walk kind of
Mhm.
situation that he's doing.
Mhm.
Might be an emergency of some sort, but trying to keep it under wraps. Hasn't happened in a very long time though. But hopefully, if he hasn't said anything to us, so hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Hope not.
Maybe
You've
someone
been
got sick
here.
on the job, you know.
Yeah. When you've been here long enough, you know when something's going on and something isn't. Because your average day of work is very much your average day of work here. You clock in, you clock out, you do your job, you mind your business. But, you know, something's going on. But we'll be all right. We'll just keep our nose out where it doesn't belong.
Just keep your wits about you. That's all.
Will do.
And like she's gonna go to her position, like medbay.
Okay, so y'all kind of walk together for a little bit, and then Laura, you basically walk past the med base, so you just hook into that office, and Joel and Bonnie, you are left walking together.
So now that
Sorry.
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 Now that the head nurse has left us alone, it just how dead am I if you tell me what you do?
I'll be honest with you, all right? I would tell you what I do if I knew what I do. I don't know what I do.
Wait, you got this many cooks in the
Does
kitchen?
that help you with your job?
Can't say that it does, but it does pique the curiosity, ma'am. But
I'm glad I could help you.
I'm just happy to see another friendly face around here. Seems like all these mountain types seem a little high strung, little stiff upper
Yeah.
lip.
You get used to them after a while. Everybody kind of just sticks to their role, minds their own business, and it's a good job. But I would like to find out what's going on this evening. So between you and me, you catch wind of anything going on, you let me know, and I would do the same for you. Because I can tell you things seem a little jittery upstairs. Things seem a little weird.
More or less, but ma'am, you have my solemn word that if I see anything out of place or little hinky, I'll come find you first.
Well, thank you so much. And I pull out my lab key and just kind of nod and walk off toward my lab.
Okay. And you walk off towards the lab. Joel, do me a favor and give me a wits and observation roll.
Oh my. It's... All right, so I'm just looking for any sixes.
Yep.
Oh, that didn't count. That just flew out of my hand. And I did get 3 sixes on that.
Nice. Okay. So in addition to getting a very good visual, like, memorizing the layout and the map, and so like it's kind of that like walking your beat for the first time, memorizing the steps, how many paces down each corridor, sort of thing. You also like make note of like, okay, that's where the med bay is, that's where Bonnie's lab is, blah 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 blah. So you start recognizing all these places. And I'm gonna say that you spend probably the next 15 minutes just walking around, unless there's anything else you want to do.
Well, if I'm walking around and finding out just exactly what the lay of the land is, he's probably trying to find, like, just trying to see if anything gives any indication to what goes on down here, because he's
okay.
In a new place. He's the new kid in the shop, and he just wants to know what's happening.
I do want to say you've heard rumors, because to the public, Umbrella is a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
But you work at a mansion with an underground lab that no one knows about. That seems a little weird for pharmaceutical companies. And you've asked questions, you've listened in on some of the scientists and talking up in the mansion. You've been getting the sense that that's not what it is. And do me a favor, give me just a single D6 roll. This is going to be a D3 roll. So I'm going to have you just tell me what it is, and I'll tell you if it's a 1, 2, or 3.
Sure. I rolled 4.
Okay, so 4 is going to be 2. So you've heard a variety of things. It could be a secret CDC lab. Maybe they're doing, it could be like one of those things where they're doing a bunch of work with Ebola and things like that. But you've also heard that it could be bioweapons.
Nice.
And so far you haven't seen anything to dissuade you from any of those rumors. So you're not sure still.
The wishy-washy answer that came off of Bonnie was not inspiring confidence. So, right. And, okay. So that's all. He's trying to make sure he knows where he can find what. So if that's what he's gained off of his stroll, then that's what he's doing for now. He is looking for anything interesting to catch his interest right now.
Okay. And while you've walked by, obviously the break room had one of those like plate glass windows in it, and the communications room did. None of the labs do. And it's got that little bit of a suction noise when the doors open and shut that tells you that they're hermetically sealed. Like, nope. Doesn't sound like you can't hear anything happening in any of those rooms. You can't see into them. Like, you noticed that when Bonnie had to walk off from you, so you didn't actually see her go into her lab. You saw where the lab was. So but you're getting a lay of the land, so I'm gonna move away from there for a minute. Bonnie, when you go back to your lab, the other person who works there isn't there yet, which seems weird. They're pretty punctual usually. And Laura, you get to the med bay, and it's exactly how you left it. You're the only person who works here. So, like, there's a section that's, like, if you're not there, people can grab medical supplies from if they need it, but it's, like, pretty basic stuff. Whereas you have, like, a whole, like, trauma kit ready to go if anyone else needs it. It's not a big room. There is a plate. There is a gurney. Enough room for a gurney, so, like, if you need to put someone down on it and, like, stop bleeding because they're, like, in shock or comatose or something like that, you have the space for it, but that's about it. There's a little bit of a desk, that, and, like, cabinets for medical supplies.
Yeah. What I was gonna do is, like, I was trying to keep a nice, cool exterior for everyone. But as soon as Lara gets into the med bay, she is going to check her walkie as well, and she's also going to try to contact. This time, she's going to try to, like, get in touch with Walters.
Okay. So normally, all of you would be on the same channel. So you know that if you call for him on channel 2, Jack's going to hear it. If Joel has his walkie on, which you didn't when you were all in the same place, he would hear it. And you don't know if Megan has one. You just don't know. But you
Joel
know,
has turned his walkie on. I'll say that.
Okay, so you've turned it on now. Cool. So you know that, like, Joel and Jack will hear it. But you could. So it's one of those. That's the channel you would expect Walters to be on, but you could try him on a different one, sort of thing.
I was gonna see if, like, there was, like, an emergency channel to see if, like,
Yep.
there was.
There
Okay,
would be.
so she's good.
There would be an emergency channel that you could flip
Right,
to.
so she's gonna try that one to see if he does answer on that one, then perhaps this is more serious than, oh, I'm just briskly walking down the hallway because someone's hurt, kind of thing. So
When you flip to the emergency channel, it takes you a second, but you're pretty sure that there's just an open mic on it right now. Like, you hear background ambient noise.
Huh. Walters, this is Lara speaking. Are you there?
No reply.
Walters. All right, then she's starting to feel a certain way now. It's just like, oh, urgency. Okay, then she's gonna switch to COM2, and she's going at this time like, this is Lara Olsen, Agent Walters. Are you here?
Okay. And Joel and Jack, you would hear that come across. Megan, I can't remember. Do you have a walkie on your sheet? Okay, so then if you're tuned to that channel, you would also hear it. But pause there and jump over to Megan and Jack for a minute. So rewind a little. Everyone else just walked down off the hallway, and Megan, you just stepped into the communications office.
Any news on the comm front, Jack?
Nothing yet, Megan. Just trying to get everybody onboarded with this new electronic mail delivery system for our daily communications.
Megan's eyes just kind of gloss over. Is that why you left so suddenly?
Well, I needed to make sure that everyone's terminals had access to this electronic mail distribution.
Quickly. When we're celebrating a party at the
responsibility.
beginning of shift?
The new guy and I will get to know each other eventually. Is there anything else I can do for you, Megan? Or
I am off duty right now, so to speak, which isn't something that happens very often. I didn't know. It's weird not being in the same room as the things that are happening. I'd like to have more of an ear on things. Especially given how everything's been lately.
if I take your meaning as you'd like to have a walkie-talkie while you're off duty, I'm afraid I can only hand out communication devices to on-duty personnel.
At that point, you would notice that Megan already has one, like, on her.
And I will need to take the one that you have on your person.
I don't report to you.
Yes, but as head of communications, it's my responsibility to make sure that all devices are in working condition.
She like clicks it so it goes off. Ask Weskers if you have a problem, and she walks out.
Before you walk out of the room, you both hear a thump against the glass of the window of the office.
Oh.
Right as you're turning around, Megan, and you see a hand smack up against it, kind of from around the side where the door is. And it takes you both a minute, but you realize that it's a hand being held by another hand with a bloody stump below it. And I'm going to need both of you to increase your stress by 1.
Worse.
Fun. We're having fun.
You just hadn't questioned her job. It would have been fine. Megan will pull out her gun.
I think Jack will join and ask the obvious question. What the hell?
And right around then is when you hear Laura paging Walters over the walkie.
Megan will kind of like try and peek around like the edge of the window to see, like.
The hand kind of like pulls away, and then you hear a thump on the door. And as you look around, you see one of the maintenance workers wearing civilian clothes, but you kind of recognize him. But he's in really bad shape. He looks sick, or like. You know, like, when people are really sick, like, they just look super ashen and, like, gray-ish. Like, just color drains out, but it's, like, almost, like, black and white-ish. That. And there's blood running down his side underneath his arm from, like, where his ribs are. It's, like, soaking through his clothes.
Is it just like him that we see outside, or is it like, okay.
And you see that in his left hand, he's holding a severed hand. Severed about like halfway down the forearm.
My God. Do you know
thump,
that man?
Another thump against the door. It's like he could hear you in the office, so he's like,
Does Megan know his name?
no.
Okay.
Jack, you don't. You've seen him around. He is one of the night shift maintenance people, but you don't know his name. You're like, is it John or Adam or I can't remember.
I guess Megan will just be like, sir, step away from the door.
Thump.
Can Jack... Let me ask, is the communication office door lockable in
Yes.
any capacity?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Can I make an attempt to try to lock the door from this side of the office?
Yeah,
Okay.
you literally just turn they're all like those back rooms in office buildings, doors, like everything in here in this facility. So there's the steel doors they're technically hollow, but they're, you know,
Yeah,
still
pretty
steel
durable.
plates. And there's just a turn lock on the knob. You just click.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So I do that. I'm gonna try to explain to Megan that I think we need to issue out a call to Walters to get a report out there that hey, there's a man with an arm in his hand, and that's not standard operating procedure for these halls.
Okay.
So now you're gonna work with me. So she also points out, after she has a minute to be snarky, that Laura made the call out to Walters and we never heard back, which is unusual.
That's a good point. Let's check the emergency channels as well.
So, Jack, you flick to the emergency channel. And so I want to also specify, in your office, in addition to like the walkie with a headset that you have, there's one of those like switchboard like CB setups with like a actual like mic on a swivel, like a gooseneck stand that you can like sit down with a headset and like talk through, that lets you like listen to multiple channels at the same time and stuff like that. You can use either one, but so if you flick to the emergency channel, you hear the same thing I described earlier. You hear an open, like someone is holding their mic open on their walkie, and you just hear like the ambient noise in the background. Like it almost sounds like that might be outside. Like you can't tell if that's wind blowing leaves around, or maybe it's papers in someone's office, something like that. You're not sure.
Interesting.
Megan hasn't heard her pager go off, but she'll check it just in case.
Nope. It's quiet.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if anyone were gonna page you, it'd probably be Jack.
I mean, could be anyone here, really.
I don't remember how pagers work. Like genuinely, like out of character. I don't remember how they work. But
an ancient technology. So so more advanced ones, you can get messages on them. But so if someone just calls it from a phone, it displays the phone number for you to call it back, sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Because you do work in ComTech, you do recognize. I'm not going to even have you roll. Megan's is one of the more advanced one where she can receive messages on it. You know that is not standard issue for security or your team, and that's probably issued to her by Wesker.
Interesting.
Or her personal one.
Also out of character. Do I know that Megan also works for Wesker?
Yes.
Or
yeah, like
okay.
it's known that like she is technically part of the security team, like on payroll, that's what she is, but she is Wesker's like personal security, not part of your team.
Okay. All right. It's been a while since we'd set up characters, so I'm trying to remember all the details. Okay. Okay, back in character now. I'm gonna try to listen in on any other open channel to see if I can hear anything going on and confirm a situation. If not, I'm immediately gonna follow up with an announcement on channel 2, which is I guess the security team channel, of like, hey, there's an unknown man, or well, looks like a member of the maintenance team outside the communications office, and something's not right. But I'll start with trying to listen in first.
You flick through channels, nothing. Completely quiet on all the other channels that are other than that emergency one that's being held open. Meanwhile, it's not an urgent thumping, it's kind of like just thump. Thump. Thump.
Megan puts away her gun and she's gonna get out her stun baton instead.
Okay.
And she kind of turns to Jack. She's like, I'm gonna open this door and we're gonna take him down. For security. It's what we do.
Did Jack make that call over the walkies?
Not yet. He was about to.
I made a call
I'm
of
pacing.
urgency, but like it was just asking for someone.
Yeah.
So.
I was gonna say, like,
So
before
right before
Yeah,
you make that
yeah.
call is when.
Oh, so Megan is doing this before I make that
Before
call.
you.
I mean,
made the
I'm gonna
call over
say it
channel
to
2.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it to you. You can tell me to wait.
Yeah, so
So
that's what I was gonna
basically
do. I was
like
gonna say.
it takes you you're clicking through all the other channels on the walkies, which there's 10. But you click to it, listen for a second, click to the next one, listen for a second. So like while you're in the middle of doing that is when Megan says, let's take him down, before you've made the call on channel 2 for the rest of the security team.
I'm gonna say like, no, hold on. Standard procedure is we have to notify at least one other officer before we engage anyone. And so on that cue, I'm gonna hold up the walkie and be like, attention everyone, this is Jack Harlow in the communications office. We have a man standing outside of my office door currently, and they are suspicious. Notifying Lara Olsen, our medical security personnel, to please be aware this man seems to possibly be injured or sickly. And if you can, make your way up to the communications office. Megan Riggs is here with me currently. We're going to try to see if he's okay or needs medical attention.
Suspicious in what way? Over.
He has an arm in his arm. Over.
In her head, she's like picturing like a hand growing out of another hand kind of situation. She's like, I'm sorry, clarify. Over.
There is a severed arm in this man's hand.
Oh,
Over.
okay. And then like she literally takes her gun out and then also has like a med kit as well.
Okay.
And then she's like, coming over to your position. Over.
So you grab a med kit, draw your handgun, and open the door to your office.
Yes.
When you open the door to your office,
I was like, something's out there.
yes, two things happen. One, a man similar to how I described earlier, wearing a lab coat, scratches down one side of his face to the point where like half his jaw is ripped open, lunges at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you make a roll.
What is this wonderful role that I needed to
So
do?
first of all, increase your stress by 1, please.
Yes. Please.
And then I am going to have you make a agility and mobility roll to dodge out of the way before he grabs you.
Okay. For the love of God, oh, stress.
And increase your stress first so that you add the stress to this roll.
I got a 6. And that was the stress roll, so the stress die. So I got a 6. Yeah.
Okay. Then you jump back as he lunges forward, but he doesn't lose his balance. He's still moving in, and it's that like slow, like if you've played Resident Evil.
Yeah. Take that weird air step back.
Yeah, it's that like muscles and brain connection no longer working, so shuffle step, half fall, half catch yourself, arms grasping towards you. Joel, you hear all of this, and you're in a hallway somewhere on B3. B3 has got a lot of, it's the largest level of the lab. So
Does Joel have a good idea or good guess which lab is Bonnie's?
oh yeah, you saw her walk up to a door. You were just too far away to see into the lab when she opened the door.
He will make his way to that lab. He did make a promise.
Okay.
So
and
he make his way to that lab. Can he see in, or is this a situation where he has to either knock on the door or stand?
So you can knock, or some of the labs, including this one, have buzzers.
Well, then he will definitely use that buzzer. He'll
Okay. You walk up and hit the buzzer.
buzz in and say, he'll actually he'll draw his gun, but he'll have it at like a low ready.
Okay, you just have it at your side.
Yeah,
Just
he's
kinda
got it out of the holster, but at his side. You
Okay.
know, try not to appear threatening to the doc, but he'll hit the button on the buzzer and, well, Doc Winters, hopefully I got the right door. You have a minute.
And
Sorry.
Doc, you are in your lab by yourself. What were you doing up until this point? Because I haven't jumped back to you yet. You've had a little bit of time to yourself here.
So, do I see any sort of evidence that my lab assistant has even been there today at all? Like any belongings, any
Nope.
bags, anything like that? Okay.
Nothing.
So I don't feel too suspicious yet. However, I am just concerned that they haven't arrived.
Yeah.
I am jolted because I am already sort of on edge that he's at my door. And I turn and approach, and I look. Is there like any sort of like big window with like slats, or is
Nope.
it just so there's no
Solid.
seeing in, no seeing out?
Correct.
Okay. I put my ear to the door and I just say, "What's going on? Like, how can I help you?"
There's a buzzer so you can talk back through.
Oh, okay. So, what's going on? What's going on? How can I help you?
Well, I did tell you that I'd let you know if anything hinky started happening this evening, and I do believe we have a hink.
Okay, come on in. Let me tell you about it. So, or tell me about it. And I open the door and I wave him through if he wants to come.
Okay. I'm gonna jump back to Megan and Jack for a second. So, are you gonna open the door?
I think that might be the best. I mean, like, we have the plan, like, you step further back and I'll be, like, on the side with the stun baton ready to go. That way, like, if I miss, you can get him. And since it only appears to be the one, we should be fine.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have my gun drawn just in case, but
Okay. So you have your gun drawn. You're, like, directly across
further
from the
away
door,
from the door.
but
Yeah.
across the room, which because it's a 10x10 room, you got some room.
Yeah.
And Megan, you're standing to the side, so when whatever comes through, when this man comes through, you can hit him with the stun baton.
Yep.
Okay.
Cattle prod away.
Essentially. So, door swings open, and much like I described, how that like shuffle, half fall, half step forward, jolting movement, he steps into the room. And Megan, I'm going to have you roll to hit. This is going to be strength and close combat. And I don't know if do you get a bonus for the
I do. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And then a bonus for that, and then 1 stress dice. I rolled like 10, 11 dice, and I had 1 success.
Did you roll a 1 on your stress die?
No.
Okay. 1 success is enough. You jab the cattle prod directly into the guy's shoulder, and it doesn't phase him.
Oh.
It's like you're hitting a punching bag with it. He just keeps shuffling towards Jack because that's who he sees in front of him. Arms outstretched.
Shoot him.
All right. I unload 2 into his chest and see if that stops him.
Okay, give me an agility and ranged combat roll, please.
All right. Trying to see. Okay, range combat. And then I also roll 1 stress die, right?
I think you
I
have
have
2
1.
stress now.
Oh, I have 2 stress. That's right.
Do you?
Well, he got scared.
Yeah, I'd
He
pushed
pushed the roll.
earlier.
Oh, that's right.
so-
That's right. Thank you. Yes.
Yep.
something to keep
Unfortunately,
track of.
no 6s.
Did you get a 1 on either of your stress dice?
I got a 5 and a 5.
Oh well. So no 6s. You can push if you want to.
Nah, that's not worth it right now.
Okay. So both bullets hit. And Megan, you see them pass straight through. These aren't 9mm guns. These are decently powerful handguns that the security teams are issued. You see them puncture into the wall and across the hallway, and it's like it shooting through water. It doesn't even phase him. He doesn't stumble back.
Okay. Is there like a cabinet or something in your office?
Oh, I've got cabinets all around, I'd imagine.
There's lockers for equipment. There's there's tables. Basically, like every wall is lined with a table except for a side one of the side walls, which is like lockers on it for equipment.
You want to try and shove him into a locker?
Sure. Like we can get him into my coat locker right there. It's pretty empty. It was a warm day today.
I mean, nothing else seems to work. So I guess Megan will kind of have like point to you to like stand by the locker. So like
I'll flick it open and get away before he approaches it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ian.
No, I said so. Yeah, you open a locker and then you shift us to the side, and Megan, you're gonna try to shove him in.
Yeah.
Okay. Megan, give me a strength and close combat roll. Let's see if this works.
Maybe it's because I have all these dice in my tray. I'm gonna go with that. And then no bonus. No successes.
Damn.
I'm gonna push it though.
Okay. Yeah, do it. Increase your stress before you roll. So you're gonna add 2 stress dice this time.
Oh.
Do I re-roll the stress dice too?
You're gonna add.
Or
So
just-
when you push a roll, you can roll any die. You roll every die that wasn't a success.
Okay.
Including the stress dice. And because
Okay.
your stress increases from pushing, you're gonna add a new stress die to it.
Okay. One success, no additional stress.
Okay.
Or no failures and stress.
So you push. His shoulder hits the side of the locker as he kind of falls into it, ripping open. And it's just like a wet noise as like the skin tears away, and he's in the locker. Do you slam the door shut?
I'm gonna slam the door shut and I'm gonna like press my body, like my back against it to
Okay.
ensure he stays in there.
Okay. You feel like the pushing against it as like he's trying to get back out, but there's not a lot of strength behind it. There's like just enough where it's pushing you, jolting you forward every couple seconds.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Is there like a way to lock it?
These are like standard. Like if you have a padlock, you could lock it, but they don't
I don't-
normally get locked, so you probably would have to look for one.
Sure.
Jumping over to Laura.
Yeah. Just dipped out of the range of a.
Yep.
Okay, so when that happens, it looks like I'm assuming like she like dips out of its reach just in time, and its momentum kind of passes her.
Nope. So
No.
keep in mind how I described the med bay. It's not a very large room. You basically
Okay.
you backed up, and now he's just coming in toward you, and there's not a lot of room for you to dodge around him and out.
Okay,
You
so
could, but it's going to require
military training. She's going to shoot him in the face.
Excellent.
So let's see.
agility and ranged combat.
Combat and. Ooh, okay, well, there we go. One success. I'm so worried. Sorry. Just one.
Just the one. Yeah. Keep in mind, don't forget that you get bonus dice for the guns,
Oh.
so that you actually get to roll an extra dive when you're using your guns.
No.
That's just across the board. Okay, so that you do 1 damage to the face, but it is a headshot, and he stumbles backwards. He doesn't go down, because we have to remember the Resident Evil rules.
Mhm.
You have to shoot him in the head like 3 or 4 times before they actually go
Yeah.
down. So he stumbles backwards for a second and then starts coming forward again.
Oh my goodness. I was hoping like staggered enough that like, okay, one more shot to the face then.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
I'm gonna push that.
Okay, increase
Um,
your stress by 1 and add that stress to this roll.
2 successes.
Okay.
And no fails.
Okay, so because you have extra success, you can choose to either stagger him, so he falls prone, or deal it as extra damage.
I want to stagger him so I can get past him.
Okay, so the shot hits, he falls prone, and you're gonna scoot past him. He is still moving though. You notice that as you're going by, but you get out of the room.
Oh my, the fuck! Like, shot him 2 times in the face. Only staggered on the second time. She's gonna close the med bay once she gets out of there.
Okay, so you close the door, locking him in the med bay. But you do have a med kit. You grabbed it before you opened the door. Both Joel and Bonnie, give me a wits and observation roll to see if you can hear the gunshots with the closed lab door. Because these are, like I said, like hermetically sealed doors.
Wow. That's no successes at all.
It's 3 successes.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Any ones on your stress die?
Currently,
No.
I don't know that you've given
Not on mine.
us any stress die.
Oh, that's right. Neither of you have stress
Oh,
yet.
I do. I
Oh,
came
You do have
into the
one.
game with stress.
You did
yeah.
come into the game with stress.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
Okay.
No, my stress die was a 3. So okay.
So, Joel, do you want to push yours?
You know, I really do.
Excellent.
Get them stressed.
Increase 1 stress.
All right.
And
seeing
reroll.
as none of mine were a 6, I just roll everything again.
Yep, including that new stress die.
Got it. Wow. I did get a success, but that stress die did 100% hit panic.
Okay, so
It had to be that.
our first panic
Wait a
roll.
minute, wait a minute. If you have a panic roll
Mhm.
and you push a panic roll to avoid it.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
And you can also only push a roll once. Once you've pushed it, you're done.
Unless it's a roll that's based on wits, because if you have a skill that's called cunning, you
Yes.
can push it twice.
Yes, correct.
But I can't push once
You
it's
Yep,
panic. Okay, got
yep. You've auto failed this. You can't push it anymore.
it. Fantastic.
So
Wow, wow, wow.
for your panic roll, please roll 1d6 and tell me what it is plus your current stress level.
All right, so its current stress level is 1. And then add a 5 to that.
That's still a 6. So you're still keeping it together. But
Alright.
that was a shock. You're just like, you do hear the gunshot, and that
Right.
startles you out of whatever you were doing. It was unexpected. And Bonnie, you also hear the gunshot.
Okay. Okay. Well, so this is happening as I pull him in the door.
Yeah,
and,
like you
shut it behind
Yeah,
him.
like as you're shutting the door right before it closes, you hear a loud gunshot coming from basically right down the hallway.
So I look back over my shoulder and look at him and I say, "What the hell did you do?
That was not being me, ma'am. That
This
is
is your first day."
indeed it is, but I promise you that was no one shooting at or with me. And so he goes ahead and grabs his walkie. And clicks. This is Joel to security. What the fuck? Over.
So you would hear all of that, Laura, right after you shot and he fell prone as you were scooting by and shutting the door.
Mhm.
And so all of this has happened now at the same time. So you shot, got out of the med bay and closed the door. You did that, and this is while you're just after you push the zombie in and are holding the locker door shut.
So what the fuck is what Joel says.
Yep.
It's just like,
What the fuck?
indeed, rookie. What the fuck?
So you're telling me that was not you firing a shot?
Oh, that was very much me firing 2 shots in the face, actually, and it's still moving. It is still moving. I do not know what's going on. Over.
When you say you shot it in the face,
Well, it
we
was a
talking about
person, but it tried to. It was dead. I'm pretty certain that was a dead body trying to attack me. I've seen dead bodies. That was what that was, and it tried to attack me in the med bay, and it would not stop.
Bonnie,
So
Joel.
Bonnie overhears all this and
Yes.
is just like, like her eyes shoot open and she's just very much holy fuck in the face, and grabs this like her bag, which is like a kind of like oversized, very sturdy satchel of sorts, and just throws it over her shoulder and looks at Joel and says, "Do you got a spare gun?"
No, ma'am, but I know where to find one. And right about now, if you and I are gonna make our way to some safety, it might be a good time if you're telling me exactly what you're cooking down here, because I just heard of a dead body fighting.
Why on earth, in the middle of an emergency, are you getting me to explain my laboratory procedures to you? Do you want to live?
You can walk and talk the implications, but ma'am, stay behind me. We will get you to some kind of fire.
Are you still
happily stay
there?
behind
Over.
you.
Joel will respond. Copy that. Olsen, myself and Dr. Winters will proceed to the armory to attempt to arm ourselves and or barricade if necessary.
Copy that.
Megan will turn on her walkie. You got a key for that, rookie?
Does he?
Oh.
Well, that would be the hit.
Why don't you ask for permit? Like, ask who has one. See if Dr. Winters has any sort of a clearance or whatever in the middle of this fucking emergency to carry a weapon.
Riggs, we have a request to arm our researcher, Dr. Winters. If anyone could give, is it a key card or is it a punch-in?
Key card.
It's a key card. If anyone could rendezvous with us at the armory and or open the door remotely, we would much appreciate it. Over.
So, Jack, you know that the door cannot be opened remotely. And only, to your knowledge, only Walters has the key card that gets into it.
Well, then we gotta get the hell out of Dodge.
Do you say that to
Yeah, do you
Megan,
say
Jack?
I think I might inform Megan, but I may not say it on the walkie-talkie. So
So just out loud, you say, "Shit, Walters has the only key to the armory."
exactly that shit. Walters has the only key to the armory.
Megan pulls out her key card.
Why do you have an additional key card to the armory?
Don't ask questions.
Fair enough.
Joel will come back over the walkie because he hasn't been hearing a response. Repeat. Do we have clearance to rendezvous and enter the armory? Over.
We can rendezvous.
In the meantime, while all this is happening, Bonnie, you're listening. Bonnie, you have a talent called analysis.
I do.
And that particular talent could allow you to gain a little extra insight to what's going on here. You don't necessarily have to see one of the zombies
Okay,
to
that
use
was
it.
my gotcha.
Yeah, because now you've been told, like, person got shot in the face twice and is still moving, sort of thing.
Okay.
And if you're going to do that, before you do, real quick, Laura,
Mm-hmm.
you are the only person not behind a closed door currently.
Yeah.
And you're listening into this conversation and responding to some of it on the walkie. And from somewhere in the corridor, because it's echoing, because it's quiet other than your walkie, you just hear a low moan. It's that...
That was very perfect. Like,
Very well done.
That was perfect. Good
Thank you.
job.
good times. In the direction I would need to go to meet with, I'm assuming, like, if I wanted to go to, where's the armory actually?
The armory is... Hold on, let me actually look at the map real quick. The armory is on B4. No, sorry. It's on B3. It's the opposite direction. So if you're looking at, like, where that central area is near the elevator and stairs, it's going to be down those hallways.
Okay. She might go. Is it in the direction of where Jack and Megan are? Where she last remember seeing them? That moment.
Yes. Jack and Megan, no. They're up on B2. You're on B3. It would be towards where Joel and Bonnie went.
Damn. Okay. But the armory is on B3, though. Like with me, I just have to go in that direction.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna head towards that, and I'm not sure if Ramon is in that direction, but she said everyone said to rendezvous at the armory, so that's what I'm gonna do.
And Bonnie, go ahead.
Two things. First of all, when you asked Miss Megan if we could rendezvous and get me a weapon, she only said we can rendezvous. I picked up on that. Second of all, I think I might have some understanding of what's going on right now. So I would like to roll for insight. Based off the things that I heard over the walkie, over the behavior and description of the bodies.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yep, absolutely. So go ahead and give me I believe it's going to be wits and observation.
Wits observation.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so my stress passes.
So for
I have 3 6s.
3 success, so you can
Yeah,
ask 3 questions.
Okay.
And keep in mind, you have some extra information based on your research, so you know what you've been doing with plants.
Right.
So you might be able to make some correlations and ask additional questions.
So based off my understanding of what I believe is causing these people to behave the way that they are, what problems can it cause?
So you know that one of the purposes, not even side effect, but purpose of the serum that you've been working with can reanimate necrotized tissue.
Okay. And so I feel like one of the questions is, how does it work? I feel like that would answer that really well. If I asked about like problems, like do I see this potentially, like, do I believe that if they touch or come into contact with other people, it could spread that way? Like, is it a sort of problem that I think could impact all of us?
So you know that the way that you've been treating plant life and fungus with it, or in order to study its effects, and then also how the plant life and fungus and spores affect the virus, has been introducing it through water supply. So it's possible through any sort of bodily fluid transfer that it could.
Okay, gotcha. And so that's 2. What are the purpose of these things? Like, I guess that would be like a larger branching question, like the purpose of all of this.
What is the purpose of the virus?
So the questions don't really help. Like, it's like, is it human or alien? Is it dead or alive? How old is it?
That's more like seeing something that you have no idea what it is.
Right. But like, what is its purpose is the only other question that seems inquisitive.
What is its purpose? How does it work? What problems could it cause? I will say that you know that you are working on bioweapon technology.
Okay.
You don't, it was like, oh, is this a biological agent that's going to be introduced in water supplies to kill people or kill their crops or blah, 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 blah. You're not sure. But you know that it is a bioweapon used for population destruction.
Gotcha. Okay. So I say to Joel, all right, Joel, how good of a shot are you?
Good enough.
All right.
Depending on the target.
I'm not sure that rendezvousing is a good idea, given Miss Megan just did not confirm that she would supply me a weapon. So I'm thinking if we come into contact with these things based off my knowledge as a medical professional who's been working with this bullshit for a while, we do not want to come into contact with these things. So what I can do is get us in an elevator, get us out to the courtyard so we can get out of here. I do have an elevator key. Would you want to escort me to try and leave?
I believe that is a golden idea, Doc.
Because I
Do
don't
you
think
have-
anyone wants to protect me if they don't want to supply me a weapon.
The next question I will ask is, do you have a ride?
You got legs?
Because I just might be able to provide a ride, Doctor.
All right, I'll go wherever you're going. If you can get me out of this building, it's fine.
Well, we can get you farther away from the building.
Let's
if
go.
you like.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, there will be a price to pay the ferry.
All right, get to the point. We're running out of time.
Where do they keep this? Where do they keep
What do you mean, where do they keep this?
whatever it is you're cooking that's making the dead wake up? Where do they keep it? Because I can buy us a ticket out, but the price out is going to be one sample.
You realize the price out, you are bartering with the only person that knows where it is right now. So making threats against me is not wise.
I am not making a threat. I am giving us the best ticket out. As soon as we are in that courtyard, I guarantee if they are down here, it will not be long till they are up there.
Look, I'm not saying anything out loud in this building. You realize how heavily surveilled this building that's not even a word. How much surveillance there is in this building.
Surveilled is a word.
I'm not okay, there we go. It is a word.
Can Joel see the camera in this room?
Give me a wits and observation roll.
Okay, all right. Again with my stress die. Sure, one, two,
I'm just
I roll
huffing and
like a
puffing, like
counter
rolling
against
my
that,
eyes.
Nope.
So
You
there's
don't,
mine.
and I'm just getting angry because I'm
Wits.
already stressed.
Wits and observation with the stress die. I picked the wrong stress die. I only have one of them, and I picked the wrong one because he panicked again.
Amazing. Go ahead and give me that D6 roll. And
Right,
I'm the
I sure
one.
will.
Good
Man,
Lord.
it's like so intimidating. All right, that's a 4 on the die, and add 1 to it, make it a 5.
so you're still keeping it together.
Still keeping it together. All right, but I don't notice any cameras in the room.
Nope. But you were told that there is an extensive surveillance system in the lab.
Fair enough.
Switching cameras for a moment. Jack, Megan, it's gone quiet on the radio again.
Is that thing still like
Oh yeah,
thudding against
every
me?
couple seconds.
Can we like put something like in the like where a lock would go? Like I don't know, if there's like a metal rod of some sort to like prevent it from opening.
I was about to ask that exact same question.
There you got pens and pencils.
Or even could we like barricade it with my desk?
Yeah, something. Let's do that.
Yes. You can absolutely
Alright,
do that.
so-
No roll. You slide the desk over in front of it.
All right, help me move this desk. We're gonna block him in.
Does it? Jack, do you have control over cameras?
Yes, and I'm gonna check out the labs right now.
Okay.
So
So you start bouncing around cameras. There's no audio. It's only visual feed. You check labs, and I'll come back to you. Laura, you were gonna head down the hallway towards both the armory and where you knew that Joel and Bonnie were. And you make it down, and you see a plaque on a wall that says, let me make sure I get this right, necrophagic fungi.
Oh, that goddamn word again. All right. All right.
It's necrophagic fungi research.
Are they in there?
You can't tell. The door is shut, and you can't hear anything.
She's gonna like knock on it. It's like, is this the necrophage? What's it place?
So, necrotopic, sorry. necrotropic.
No, it's fine.
And-
Look like it wrong
And
on
you
purpose.
yeah, no, it's fine. I was correcting myself. You knock on the door. So Joel and Bonnie, you hear a knock against the door, and it's rat-a-tat. It's not, thump.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I promise you, ma'am. Promise you, Doc. This is not a threat at all. It is our best ticket out. I can get you to the surface, but we can't get out unless we have a little bit of help. You see the deck stacked. The deck is already stacked against us. Here, I'm just saying, if we pay the piper, we can get out, but it needs to be the two of us. I don't reckon that the rest are gonna take kindly to our escape plan.
Do
Can
you
he
even
make
know?
Is there like a persuasive roll that he can make on that, or is it?
There is empathy manipulation.
Ooh, that sounds dirty, but
Try me.
I don't
And
know.
this would be a contested roll.
Ooh,
While you're trying to decide if you want to do that, Jack, you know exactly what to click through to like look at specific rooms. So are you like looking specifically through the labs, or are you just flipping through the camera feeds?
So in particular, the two places that I wanted to check most were on Laura Olsen, the med bay, and then also on Dr. Winters in her lab.
Okay.
Since I saw both of them earlier. Joel, I was assuming, was walking around the halls. I hadn't realized he might end up in a lab at some point. So those are the two places I'm looking for currently. And if I may, as I flip through, I am just trying to keep an eye out for Walters if I see him.
Okay. So you flip through, and you get the camera in the med bay, and you see a man visibly messed up just standing there,
No fun.
kind of just like a little bit of like sway, like
Like when I forget why I entered a room. Okay.
just a little bit of a sway, like the body naturally does, but not moving at all. Door shut.
All right, but I don't see Lara there.
You don't see Lara. When you're flipping through, if you're just going through the cameras, you get to a hallway shot outside one of the labs actually, and you see Laura standing at a door, and then you flip inside that lab because that would be the next camera, and you see Bonnie and Joel animatedly talking to each other, but you can't hear what they're saying.
All right. At this point, I want to pick up my walkie and I want to make an announcement.
Okay.
Attention security personnel, there seems to be an incident happening in the laboratory. This is a notice that all security personnel's primary responsibility is to secure the lab and make the staff safe. Please do not leave the laboratory under any circumstances. I repeat, do not leave the laboratory under any circumstances. Over.
Didn't you just say for us to head to the armory? Make up your mind.
The Armory's in the laboratory, I assume.
Lab
Like in the-
area, yeah. It's in the same area. So you mean the hallways around the lab?
don't leave the compound. Is that what you mean to say?
Don't leave the
I guess
lab
maybe
area.
that's
Okay.
what I'm looking for. It's
Okay,
like
yeah,
the compound. Like
Okay.
I'm assuming like the whole building was the Arklay Labs. and-
Gotcha. Okay, so you're talking
Yeah.
about
I apologize if I didn't
Rewind.
make that clear.
do not
This
leave
is
the
like-
facility.
Understood.
Do not leave the facility under any circumstances. I repeat, do not leave the facility under any circumstances.
So you send that out.
Yes.
Before we jump back to the other folks, you keep going through the cameras as well. You don't see Walters on any of the internal cameras, and you only have access to internal cameras. You know there are cameras outside. You've seen them, but you don't have access to them. So he is no longer in the facility, as far as you can tell. But, there's places the cameras can't see.
Are there cameras in Wesker's office?
No. In fact, there are no cameras on B4 at all, which is the administrative offices. So do you two, now that you've barricaded that locker door, do you head out, or are you still staying in the office?
I think we should discuss like where we would be heading to next. I'm inclined we would be making our way to the armory since you have a key card.
are the rest of the group making their way there?
I
We
believe
haven't
According
they
to the
are.
told them.
cameras.
Yeah, we haven't moved.
I would say to Megan, well, what would you do in the event of a bioweapon outbreak?
I mean, I think it depends on the bioweapon. From what we've seen so far, doesn't necessarily spur intelligence or the ability to use guns necessarily. So not likely for that to fall into the affected hands.
So you wouldn't make your way to the armory if you
I
were-
would. No, I think
Alright.
I would,
That-
is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm implying. I imagine other people are headed there as well.
Probably the most barricaded place.
Should be the most secure. That's where we keep the guns, and gun safety is important. I mean, it is America, but like still.
Okay, so you're gonna head towards the armory.
Yes, I would like to take one last action before we leave the room, however.
Go ahead.
And that is, I would like to send an electronic mail to Wesker, letting him know that there's been a situation. There's been
Okay.
some kind of bioweapon leak. And so far, we've identified 2 bioweapons roaming around. We've secured one of them in my office.
Okay.
And the other is currently in the medical bay.
Okay.
And then with that, wait for the dial-up tone to finish, and
So this is like an internal network. You're already connected.
oh, very
So
nice.
it's
You
very
don't have to
efficient.
AOL dial up. It's
a
okay.
Yeah, I don't have to.
It's an
The
internal
memory came
LAN.
back full
Mhm.
force. Oh god.
PTSD response.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, and then
Stress roll.
you two head out towards the armory. Switching back over, Joel and Bonnie, have you made a decision?
I'm gonna make this desperate persuasion roll that Bonnie teams up with me, and we get out, but we secure our passage with a sample if we can find it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna make this persuasion roll here.
Wait, hold on. What are you trying to persuade me of?
Persuade you that we need to go find if we can get a sample of the virus, I can buy us ticket out, but it's got to be us because no one else is we're gonna have to team up on this. No one else is gonna buy into this.
I'm
Trying
going
to
to tell you.
I'm trying
Okay.
to make an alliance with you.
Okay. All right. I think we
Question,
should.
I can't hear anything, right?
You
Like,
can't hear anything through this
Okay, I
door.
just wanted to make sure like nothing sounds hinky on my end.
Mhm.
Alright,
We-
cool, cool, cool.
Should we make the roll first, and then if it succeeds, we decide what the appeal is?
Well, first of all, does he need to roll?
No, he
Okay,
doesn't
then.
need a roll.
Then you
Oh,
don't even have
nice.
He
to
doesn't
roll.
need a roll.
Okay.
Just given what I know you're asking of me,
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now. There are people that are coming here tonight, and you very well might be one of those people, but I'm hoping you're not, that are trying to get their hands on that sample. I will not tell you where it is. I have to keep it safe, but you need to trust me and help me get out of here so those people do not acquire it. That's as far as I'll go with the information that I can give you. But I can tell you that trying to fight these things is just foolish, because you get some of that blood, that bodily fluid on you, you're done for, pal. I don't want to be there for that.
I'm telling you that the sample will stay safe. I will let you carry it, but if we carry it out, it will stay away from the enemies of Umbrella.
Oh, yeah. What do you think I want to do with it? I
No
think,
one's been
okay,
asking
first
my
of all,
question. No one's been answering my questions so far tonight, ma'am. So it's anyone's guess. All I'm saying
Okay.
is we will keep it in Umbrella hands, but it will buy us ticket out if
okay.
if you acquire the sample and we make it.
Okay. All right. All I know is there's a poor girl standing outside that door, and we have to make a decision right now. She's either going to be a goner or she's coming in here and we're going to do something to help her. Are you going to open that door?
For the time being, we can accept her help. I suggest we give an alternative reason that we are heading towards another lab, if we do indeed have to head towards another lab.
We don't even have to bring the sample or anything into it. I can bring my doctor my knowledge as a doctor forward to her and say, you do not want to go near those things again. Our best bet is to exit this damn building.
But you can carry a sample out of here with you tonight.
I can. I'm saying, regardless of the information we pass on, all she needs to know is it's dangerous. We're wasting time. All
Open
she needs to
the
know
village-
Hello.
So he
Let her in.
He readies his
Buzzer.
weapon. He
Okay.
Because
readies
at
his
any
weapon.
moment something's gonna grab her. We need to let her in.
He readies his weapon and he goes, just to be safe, and he aims it at the door. Go ahead and open it.
Okay.
Now, before you open that door, Laura, are you facing the door? Or are you looking around while you're waiting?
I was looking around while I was waiting because literally, like, they're taking a while.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Which is weird. You're like, maybe they're panicking, maybe they're scared. I mean, when you open the door, they both look panicked.
Mhm.
But maybe so you can associate it however you choose to. But I will say, you're looking around, and the way this hallway is set up, kind of like there's a hallway. I'm trying to line up with my camera. And the door to the lab is here, and there's a hallway straight across from it. So you're looking one way and behind you, and then as you turn and look, you can see something climbing across the ceiling, coming down the hallway towards you as you hear the door behind you.
oh, hell to the fuck now. Open the door.
As you hear the door open.
Good. And I motion for you to come in when the door
She
opens.
comes in and,
And
like, closes it
All
immediately.
3 of you increase your stress by 1 because this is new, and you all see it.
Mm-hmm. So there's a new thing. A
Mhm.
new. Oh, okay.
So as the door opens, we all see this thing.
Yep. And it looks like someone who has all of their skin peeled off, crawling towards you on the ceiling. I'm going to shift gears to Megan and Jack for a moment. You leave the comms room, and as you do, Megan, you notice a smear of blood on Jack's neck from where the zombie's shoulder ripped open on the locker. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for watching so far. I forgot to mention this at the beginning because I was so excited to get into this game, but make sure you go check out our sponsors, Die Hard Dice, 1985 Games, and Session Zero Clothing. Links will be in chat, where you can save 10% on your purchases by using the code Gehenna. So make sure you go check those out, and thank you for hanging out, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Don't go anywhere. jumping right back in. Laura, you saw a crawler coming across the ceiling down the hallway at you, just as Joel and Bonnie finally opened the door to the lab to let you in.
So I collapse it and then shut it, or whoever wants to shut it.
Well, I think Joel wanted to react.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna say, as Lara opens the door, and I see behind her this crawler coming down the hallway.
Mhm.
Do I have a shot at it
Mhm.
over?
You had your gun
if
out.
I can kind of shoot past her.
Because Laura saw it and like collapsed backwards in out of panic. So you can absolutely shoot over her head. You already had your gun up.
All right, I'll as he's screaming, close that door! He's gonna just pow 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 at this boy on the ceiling.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you get 2 shots off.
Yep. And that's gonna be the
Agility
range
plus
combat.
range combat plus your current stress
Plus
level,
mine.
which I believe is 3 now.
I believe it was 2 last time.
You're right, 2. You didn't.
So that's my agility.
Did we all stress out because we saw it? Because
Yes,
I
you
added
did.
one too. Okay.
Yes, you should have added 1 for seeing it.
That's the agility, ranged, pistol, and stress. Got it. That is 4 successes.
Okay. 2 shots pop off. Center mass. Right in like the head. You have 3 extra success to either apply to damage or to knock it off the ceiling prone on the ground. And you can split those. You only need to use 1 of those extra successes to knock it prone.
So I have 3 extras,
Mm-hmm.
and I could put them all on damage or knock it prone
Mhm.
and do more damage to it once it's on the ground.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to double check where the list of stunts is. Yeah, that's really all you can do. It's not holding anything. It doesn't have a weapon. You can use one of the stunts to put yourself into a more advantageous position, but one doesn't really exist.
Right, because I'm shooting through a doorway.
Yeah. Shutting the door, and you can do that anyway.
Then I'll say the first shot does knock it off the ceiling, prone to the ground, and the
Okay.
second shot is the other 2
You have
successes.
4
extra.
success. So your gun does 1 damage plus 2 more. Okay. So that's 3 damage to it as it falls to the ground, and you can see it twitching and scrambling, trying to like. It's one of those things where like it lands on its back and it takes it. It's like a turtle on its back for a second, and it's scrambling, and then it flips itself upright and kind of.
Nice.
And then the door slams shut. Megan, Jack, as you were leaving the comms office, Megan, you noticed just casually the smear of blood on the back of Jack's neck, which he hasn't noticed because he's not actually injured. It's from the blood that was smeared on the locker.
Does Megan know anything about what's going on? Okay, I wasn't sure if she.
Nope,
I'd
none of the
heard
information
anything at all.
about
Okay.
bodily fluids was transmitted via walkie. That was all a private conversation.
Oh,
between
I didn't
Joel
know
and
if she knew from like her work with Wesker or anything. Okay.
No, you actually, so you know this is a bioweapons facility, but you don't know what they research. You don't know anything about
it.
any of it. Yeah. You just,
Okay.
you know a little bit more than the average person.
Okay. She won't do anything then. Just
Okay.
got something right here.
Is that? Oh. Oh god. I just like kind of wipe it on my shirt.
Okay.
Which is also like very great to have just blood on your shirt. Very
Absolutely.
professional.
Absolutely. Okay. And as you two are walking down towards the staircase, you hear 2 gunshots ring out.
Shoot.
Downstairs. It's kind of one of those open staircases. It just goes down because it's just one of those things where it's like the elevator goes from basement 1 to basement 3 to basement 4, and then there's a staircase that goes up to basement 2 from 3 just for like the security offices and administrative, like maintenance and security sort of stuff.
Seems like things are getting pretty intense.
Were they even headed to the armory?
You knew that location wise they're roughly near it. Like, then you do it down a hallway and like around the corner, basically. So you know that you will pass them to get to the armory at this point.
Okay. Megan will have her gun out as she just like slowly works her way down the stairs, I guess.
Okay.
While Megan is doing that, or you know what? No, I'm actually gonna call out. I'm gonna be like, wait, Megan, before we go, I want to check Walters' office for anything. And I'm hoping I can use that investigator talent to find something in Walters' office that might give us a clue.
Okay. Well, let's tackle the first obstacle, which is the
just
door's
getting
locked.
into Walters. But there's just like a little bit of plate glass, and it's probably fine.
You can make an agility roll to pick the lock, or you can make a strength and close combat to try to break the door down.
What am I better at? Literally 4 on each. I'm gonna be dramatic, and I'm gonna try to like just use my shoulder to knock the door down.
Okay.
Damn. Oh, and for stress, if I get a 1, that's bad, right?
Yep. It negates your roll, and you revert to a panic roll.
All right, cool. So this is a panic roll now.
Excellent. So roll 1d6.
Roll that one.
How many stress are you at?
I have 2 stress at the moment.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I guess now I have 3, but
no,
so
you
I
actually
rolled a
don't
4.
gain stress for failing a roll.
Oh, I see.
Oddly enough, yeah.
So I have a 4. What's that?
So you rolled a 4.
Yes.
All right, so you add your stress roll value to it, so that makes it a 6, which is still keeping it together, just barely.
Okay.
So, yeah, you shoulder into the door, and you bounce right off.
Megan's gonna try, seeing that she's a little bit stronger than Jack.
Okay.
Wow. And I got a 1. No successes and a 1. Wow, I should just let you fail.
Was it a 1 on your stress die?
Yeah.
Damn. We are not good at doors.
Give me a 1d6, please.
Man, even when it's not when it's not the dragon game, doors are still bullshit.
Now that's a fucking 6.
No!
8. No.
You are shaken. It hurts. I'm actually gonna have you take a point of damage, which is also gonna make your stress go up.
I'm guessing armor doesn't have any effect on that.
No, not in this case, because it's an internal injury on your shoulder.
Got it.
And for
Stress and a damage.
until I tell you, for your next few rolls, all skill rolls using agility suffer a -2. So you'll roll 2 less
Okay.
dice for
Okay.
for a little while, and then you'll shake it off.
Not
Well,
worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel bad that I tried to get into the store now. All right, Megan, I'm following your lead.
You can go first on this one.
All right, so I guess I'll lead the 2 of us down the stairs to B3.
Okay.
And we'll continue making our way over towards the armory at least.
Okay, so you make your way down the stairs and kind of down the corridor. You pass the med office, which there's one of them in there.
But we could probably just run past because
Oh, the door's shut. The door's shut.
Oh,
It's locked
even
in.
better.
You just kind of look at the door as you go by. And you turn the corner to head down to the hallway where the lab is. And coming around the corner, up an adjacent hallway.
I'm gonna hold up a fist to indicate like don't move, like I see something essentially.
And now keep in mind, this is a liquor.
Right.
This looks like someone with their skin flayed off, and their face is
Crawling on their
completely
belly, right?
changed, crawling on all fours, very insect-like. This is going to be another stress for both of you.
Well, yeah. That's fun. That's fine.
That's
That's
fine.
totally
That's fine. And it comes around, and you aren't talking.
No, I
And
held
you
up
just
a
held up
hand.
a fist. Okay. It's looking at the door across from it that hasn't seen you yet. It just kind of...
All right. I'm gonna whisper to Megan, like, there's a BOW in the hallway. It seems to be crawling on its belly, but it hasn't noticed us yet. It's looking at the door to the lab where Dr. Winters, Olsen, and the new guy Campbell are. What do you wanna
Megan
do?
gestures to like turn around.
Go back upstairs.
Yeah.
Or just forget this mission. Like, forget what I said about, like, don't leave.
You said that, not her.
And it's about that point in time, Jack, when you are turned around looking at Megan, you hear coming from behind her that low moan. It's that as someone you do recognize comes around a corner. It's one of the day shift security guards. And you see part of his uniform is ripped open, and there's just a rip down his face, neck, into his chest. Clothes are soaked in blood. And starts coming towards you.
Is this another stress? Or...
No, you've already seen the zombies before. This isn't your first experience with one.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
I guess
Yeah,
we're
look at the
on.
map.
We're near the stairs.
No, you've gone around a couple hallways since you came down the stairs.
Okay. So next to us is the laboratory. The armory is nearby.
Mm-hmm. So the armory is going to be... So actually, that the hallway that the liquor is coming from is the hallway you need to go down to get to the armory.
Of course it is.
Where's
And
the elevator?
behind you,
Where the zombies.
back towards the stairs. But basically the zombies coming from near where the elevator is. You're closer to the elevator than you are the stairs at this point.
Out of curiosity, in the hallway, and this is going to be a super stretch, and I realize that, is there like a sitting bench, like a just, because people get tired walking around these halls, and there might be a bench on the side, and like we can use that to kind of like put between us and the zombie.
No.
Damn, I was hoping. Shit. So stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I mean, the zombie is probably less bad. We've dealt with one of those.
Well, we locked one in a locker. It's not like we've successfully killed one.
But I mean, it was slower.
Yeah.
Like,
It is much slower. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause there for a second though, and switch back to Joel, Bonnie, and Laura.
Fuck.
Is the door to the lab still open?
Now it's closed.
Okay, so it was shut after. Okay.
Joel popped off 2 shots, and then
Okay.
Laura slammed the door shut.
Okay. Good to know. Just want to make sure we handled that.
Oh, good proactiveness, rookie.
You all right, man?
No. I don't know what the fuck that was at all. And does anyone know what the fuck is going on?
Well,
Dead walking? Is that a thing?
for that, I would defer to the scientists because these individuals clearly have a condition. However, I
What, a
believe
state
you
of
were,
walking and dead? Is that a thing that I didn't know that? Is that a medical thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
one would hope that that would never be a thing. One would hope. However, I can tell you right now with the understanding.
Like just like.
No, I'm with you. It's a thing. It sucks. We need to get out of here ASAP because I can tell you they're just going to keep coming. And if they touch you, if they infect you, it's game over. There's nothing I can do for you.
Okay.
We need to get out of here.
Do you know how to defeat that thing in any capacity?
Can you take its head off?
I mean, focus fire on its head, probably, right?
So, Bonnie, you would know that with the plants that you've had to deal with that have gotten animated and aggressive, since
As plants do.
As plants do. Obviously, plants don't have vital organs to damage. Burning it has been the only effective method of stopping it, destroying it. So you know that incinerating it works. You can make an analysis roll if you would like to see if anything else will.
Because liquor. Well, let me see. What did you tell me?
So that's going to be a wits and observation roll, and then your number of success will determine the number of questions you can ask. And I'll let you ask other questions than the ones that are on the list.
That's a lot of dice. I have 8, and then my stress.
Yeah, I warned you that it started adding up.
So I rolled a 1 on one of my stress.
Nope.
Yeah.
Doing great, guys. Doing great.
And then I had,
Nope, it's a failure.
Yeah.
One of the things that can increase stress is watching the scientist on your team fail an analysis roll. So, Laura, Joel, and Bonnie all go up 1 stress. And Bonnie, you're going to have to make a panic roll now.
All right. Remind me what I do for that.
Roll 1, so increase your stress by 1. Now roll 1d6 and add your stress rating to the result.
Oh, okay. 8
total. Much like what happened to Megan earlier, you are shaken. You're in a little bit of shock. You're trembling. And you're going to take -2 to agility rolls for a little while, and I'll tell you when it ends.
Okay.
Right. So I know that like I have my talent calming presence. So like I'm seeing
everyone just getting more and more disturbed.
Like Bonnie's just like, well, there's and then like I was like, hey Doc, okay, listen. Like we're gonna try to get out of here. We just need some time. Like we need some way to get to the armory. All right. I don't care what Megan says. We're getting you a gun. Everyone should have one. This is a situation where you kind of need one. To fuck what Megan was gonna say. You're fine. Like it's okay.
I'm trying to take less labored breaths, trying to calm down, and I'm like the weight of all of the work that I have been doing in this lab is like upon me. I feel like everything is being sabotaged and taken from me. I'm like trying to stop myself from a panic attack by doing those like deep breathing exercises that I learned at my city yoga class. It's not working.
4 seconds in through the nose, 6 seconds out through the mouth.
Right,
but then I look at Laura dead in the eye and I'm like, I am the only person that has any semblance of understanding of these things. And I need you to make sure that I am not crossed by these people. Okay? We all need to make it out of here alive tonight. I need to know that we all have each other's backs.
I have everyone's back here. I would assume that we all do. Yeah.
I would hope so. I need to know that if we get to that armory and there are those who don't look out for me, we all have each other's backs.
I can bet that.
Doctor, you mentioned getting that treatment to the surface, and we will make it out alive.
What treatment now?
And like Joel kind of makes a knowing look to Bonnie when he says it.
Bonnie, before you need to reply, reduce your stress by 1, thanks to Laura.
Thank you so much.
And now you may continue.
I would say, like, would Joel also get that benefit? Because it says
Nope.
anyone within.
It's
just the
a
person-
single target. Yeah.
Got you.
You can
okay,
do
so-
you, but you can do that once per turn. You can literally just do that for a while you're in this.
Oh,
room.
okay, I got you.
You could.
Is it if
I'm
we're carrying
not-
a lot of, can I just ask a mechanical question?
Yeah.
Mhm.
If we're carrying a lot of stress dice, is that always visible, or is it only like apparent that we're stressing out if someone notices us panic?
No, it's visible. Like the way you've been playing it is appropriate.
Got it. Okay, make sure.
Like more on edge, more nervous.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
right.
I want to make sure you get out here, like, without fail. Like, you're, like, regarding your information, yes? So we need to make sure you get out here. Yes?
Yes. All I'm saying is I don't know who. I'm not blaming anybody. It could even be one of y'all. All I'm saying is somebody has, I feel it. Might not have my back. I just need to make sure we're all on the same side, okay?
So, like, okay, so at this moment, because she said this, and I was just like,
I said this.
yeah, like you said this out loud, right? So,
Mhm.
she's gonna note that they were in the room for a while, and she's gonna look over her shoulder at Joel, for a moment, like, and then turns back to her. It's like, yeah, I got you back.
Bonnie also notices this.
Little private exchange, shared look. Joel, you don't quite catch it.
For sure.
Shifting back. Megan, Jack. You are stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
Very much so.
There's still like no indicator if they're gonna come out soon or not, is there?
You do have a radio.
I was gonna suggest actually, like,
And
do you think we should radio? Like, I'm still whispering, mind you.
Yeah.
I'm whispering to Megan, like, I think we ought to radio Lara and the new guy and try to coordinate an attack on the BOW in front of the lab door.
That's probably the best course of action.
So I clicked my radio on.
Okay.
I was like, Lara, Campbell, are you there? Over.
And you hear from Megan's radio, which is on, your voice loud and clear.
Oh! I
was
even
really
had the
hoping
thought.
that it wasn't on.
I even had
Never
the
turned it
thought. It's
off.
like, oh, I should make sure I turn it off. Like the thought crossed my mind. That's the worst part. I was like, I'm gonna make sure it's off, but I didn't say it.
Damn.
And you hear this like screeching roar that I'm not gonna do because I have damaged my vocal cords from being a metal singer, and that'll hurt. Come from down the hallway from around where the lab is, and you hear the noise of claws digging into the concrete walls as something comes scrambling down towards you, but you are around the corner. Laura, Joel, and Bonnie, you hear Jack radio you.
What did we hear him say?
I asked if you can hear me.
Well, I thought you had said you're getting ready to tell us, but then you said, "Can you hear me?" And then you heard it loud.
And then it immediately started coming out of Megan's radio, and he stopped talking.
And so we did not hear the distress, or I guess we could hear through the door.
That door was pretty soundproof
Nope.
earlier.
Very
Okay,
soundproof.
you're right. So we didn't hear any of the disturbance after the. Can you? Hear
Oh yeah,
you
no,
just
we
heard,
don't
"Can
know
you hear me?"
nothing. We can hear you.
Loud and clear
Over.
from Megan's walkie.
Yeah. Yeah.
She would have turned it off.
You just immediately, you're like, nope, nope,
immediately,
nope.
she'd be like,
okay,
shit.
okay.
Okay, cool.
But
I'm just
Jax
gonna.
is on now, so
But Jack has a headset.
Okay.
there.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
can hear you. Where are you?
I'm just gonna yell back at this point. It's like, fuck! We need help in the hallway.
Okay, doctor.
No.
They-
I need help now.
I know. I was just
Sorry,
like, I was
this
gonna.
is me
yes.
meta at this
I
point.
know.
No,
This
okay,
is
so hold on.
So like, she's gonna like look around the lab. Is there like any kind of flammable anything in here?
Me?
Would I know?
There,
I would
there
assume
is
there is because
a-
it's a lab.
scientific incinerator which is essentially a flamethrower.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So
I
Dr. Winters, like fire, right, would definitely work, right?
I walk Laura over to a locked cabinet.
I'm assuming you are moving with urgency.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So only a few
yeah,
seconds.
I quickly just like motion Laura over to this locked cabinet and like get it open,
Okay.
and I like pull out the like medical incinerator and I pass it and I say, you know, aim well, basically. Like
Aim well.
Aim
Godspeed.
point blank.
As Joel sees those guys doing that, Joel's gonna make for the door and put his hand on the door and say, "I could draw it in the room."
All right. Right.
Okay.
Then she grabs it, like is gonna stand in front of Dr. Winters.
Okay.
Make a lot of noise.
All right, Joel swings the door open, and he is attempting to like do like a backwards walk as he fires. He's not necessarily trying to kill the thing.
You're trying to get its attention.
I just want to get it
Okay.
chasing me.
So all of this happens at once. This is for both parties. Well, you open the door. It's no longer directly in front of the door.
Mhm.
It's moving down that hallway, so you have to move out of the door and start shooting at it.
Right.
Okay,
so
you're gonna just start firing. You're not even
Well,
you're not trying to hit it. You're not trying to kill it. You're just shooting to make noise, right?
He leans out the door and like fires just kind of almost blindly, randomly down the hall. Party's down here, some bitch.
Okay. So Megan, Jack, you're hearing this thing just like scrambling down the hall towards you, and then you hear that, and you hear a pause. And Joel, you see it whip around, almost just like spinning on one hand, and just all four limbs sprinting down the hallway towards you. Because that was a much louder noise than the radio was.
Right. How many rounds did I squeeze off just now?
Just two.
Just two. All right. As he sees...
Thank you for keeping track.
I'm trying. As he sees the liquor come down the hall, he ducks back into the door and like he readies himself to the side of the door to fire when it comes in.
While holding the door open?
Yeah, while holding the door open, he's got the door open with one arm, he's ready his gun, and he turns to Laura. You're up!
Okay.
So like she's gonna scoot forward just to get like have Bonnie have room to get around her if something bad happens.
Okay.
I guess is the best way to put
so
it.
You're taking up a strategic position. Before we get to the liquor coming in that room, Megan, you feel fingers grabbing your armored jacket from behind you because you were both very distracted by the liquor and forgot there was a zombie coming down the hallway behind you.
So this isn't like a move or anything that I could do, but I'd imagine as a bodyguard, she has some sort of like close combat fighting training.
Oh yeah.
She wants to like basically just like flip it to the ground if she can.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me strength and close combat.
How many strats do I have? Too many. That's how many. That is, I lost a dice. Okay. That is 1, 2 successes and no. Yeah, 2 successes and no ones on the stress dice.
Oh yeah, no. You grab it and just like shoulder flip it down in front of you, just against the ground. You see its head snap against the ground, dealing an additional point of damage. And it's now on the ground between you and Jack.
Well done, Riggs.
Need to be done. Do we hear the thing coming back towards us with that commotion or
Nope.
No? Okay. Megan is gonna proceed to just like bash its head in with the stun baton while it's on the ground back until it stops moving.
Go ahead and give me another strength and close combat roll with a +1. No, +2 actually. And let me know what that is, but I'm gonna switch back to the other group.
Okay.
So Laura, you take up a strategic position, and just as you get into where you want to be standing, it comes. You see the clawed hand grip the door frame, and it wrenches itself through. And it pauses because none of you are making noise. So it just kind of pauses, and you see the head kind of swivel.
Slowly lifts it.
Uh-huh.
And she like looks at Joel and then looks back at Bonnie, and then
Is it in the room?
yes.
Yeah, it's it's just inside the doorway.
So as best as Joel can muster, like still with his gun in his hand, he tries to like raise up his 3 fingers, and he jerks his head to the side, and he goes like 3, 2, 1. He tries to like give a countdown, and he's gonna dive out of the way of this flamethrower.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're gonna pull the trigger?
Yes, once he does that.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a roll for me. Go ahead and roll agility and ranged combat, but I'm gonna have you remove 1 die from your roll because this isn't a gun, and you're not familiar with using this style of flamethrower.
No.
Megan, you rolled 3 successes, so you just hammer the stun baton down twice, and you feel the skull give way as you just crush it down into the ground, and it stops twitching and moving. Our first kill.
Good.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ, Riggs.
So I
I'm
got
angry.
somehow, because plus stress dice, 4 successes. Yay.
No
Okay,
ones?
yeah.
No ones?
No ones.
Okay. Okay.
I was double checking. I was like,
Nice.
please no.
So just as the liquor kind of swivels its head at the movement from Joel, and you see this long, prehensile, almost barbed tongue come flicking out towards him. Blast of heat and fire hits it, and it screeches as it's just engulfed in flame. Now, you only needed 1 success to hit it, so you have 3 more success for stunts. You can deal extra damage, just like that prolonged blast from it. You can't really knock it prone with a flamethrower. That's weird. But you can take a more advantageous position, or
On top of it, what's that?
well, it's more like positioning yourself to be able to like get out of the room if it doesn't die from the fire, sort of thing, is what I'm thinking. Or you can use the blast of flame to push it back out of the room if you want to, and kind of control where it moves. So you can like move it down the hallway away from the armory if you wanted to.
I'm gonna do so like. So how many successes? Like
You had 4, so you have 3 stunts you can use, which is extra damage. Blah 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 blah.
Alright,
It already
so-
took 3 damage from Joel earlier.
Yep. It took 3 damage from Joel earlier, and it took 4 from the flamethrower.
Oh,
Just the
okay.
initial blast. The
So
flamethrower is a
two-
+3.
So 2 of them, but extra damage, and the other one to move it out of the room.
So
Get away
2
from
extra damage, so 6 total from the flamethrower, plus you want to move it out of the room and like push it down a hallway.
Away from the armory.
Okay. 1 second. I'm just trying to find something.
In character, am I able to just like, while there's a pause before you act, say like, why are we going to the armory? Like, we have the flamethrower. What do we need from the armory?
Okay. Yes, you absolutely can, because Joel can respond in this moment.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think I can hear you.
Yeah.
with the roar of
Um,
anything.
I was like, where are we headed next? Like, once we get control of this thing, essentially.
Well, it's either arm up or get out. So make up your mind which one we need to do, Doc.
Well, we're sufficiently armed if we have a flamethrower of sorts and you 2 have guns. Do we need bigger guns? Sorry, this is too much of a conversation for a split second. But
No, it's fine. So like Laura is like using like concentrated blasts from the flamethrower to like push it out of the room. It's on fire. It's still screeching and it's scrambling backwards to get away from the fire, and you're just like having this like quick back and forth. Jack, Megan, you are able to look around the corner again now that you dealt with the zombie that was attacking you, and you're watching all of this happen basically, like from the perspective of seeing it back up and the blast of flame coming through the doorway, and then Laura starting to move out the doorway, pushing it down the hallway away from you.
Megan's just gonna look at Jack and be like, I guess we have a flamethrower.
I suppose we do. Now that the door's open, we probably don't need to use the walkie-talkie. Maybe we should approach with caution, call out to Lara and them.
You guys would do it.
I'm gonna wait until I see like there's no more flames being emitted before I call out, because I feel like that's a little weird if it's like there's actively fire happening and I'm just like, everything okay in there? Like I want to wait until like perhaps the situation has subsided.
So Laura,
While he's
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, while he's doing that, Megan's gonna look around to make sure they don't get snuck up on again.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Learned.
Laura, you are like pushing it down this hallway, and once it realizes that like it's not gonna get at you from this position, it actually scrambles backwards and away and like takes off away from you down this hallway, and it moves fast. So you effectively have chased it off.
That's right, you damn barbecue son of a bitch.
Well done, Lara.
Everyone
Are
okay?
you all right?
No, don't ask me that question again. Not until we
Are
get out of
you
here.
injured?
No, I'm not.
All right. Who's with you earlier?
Dr. Winters and Campbell.
We can
Any
hear them
injuries
talking, right?
reported?
We're just
Yes.
in the room.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're all essentially with each other now.
Okay.
Is anyone in your party injured?
No, we're all just rattled.
Do
Well,
I
I'd say
notice?
you're having a hell of a first day, rookie.
I'd say so. Now, does anybody have a clue how to get the hell out of here? Because, and I look at Dr. Winters, most of us have no clue what else could be in store for us.
Mm-hmm. Out of character, am I able to see like the blood on Jack, or is it gone? I know Megan said that she like brushed it. Is it still there?
Damn brush. I just like.
It's gone. Okay.
He,
I-
he,
I
wi-
like
he
to
wiped
brush
it
it.
off and like wiped
Oh, you
it off.
brushed it.
So like if
Gotcha.
anything, you would notice a little bit of like a stain on his pants at this point.
Gotcha.
Or shirt.
Gotcha. Well, I think our best bet is to get out of here, and an elevator up to the courtyard out of this facility would be the wisest thing to do, unless anybody has any objections.
I would have one objection, which is the security team's responsibility is to secure this facility.
Well, then I guess that leaves me outside of that.
Sir, with all due respect, I think this situation is 100% FUBAR. I do not know if there's anything left to defend.
Respectfully, Campbell, that's not your call to make. I would suggest perhaps we touch in with Chief Walters and go from there.
Chad,
Well, then as
go ahead.
as a security team, am I able to ask for a security escort to get myself to an elevator to get out of this facility? Because that is your job as well.
Now, before you reply, Jack, you are very much trying to take control of the situation.
Yes.
And for the better of everyone. Can you give me an empathy and command roll?
Do any of us have to oppose that?
There is an oppose. I will ask you after he rolls.
Got it. We'll do it.
Hey, it's a success.
How many?
Oh shit, but that's also a stress one. Wait,
Yeah.
so does that cancel my success?
Yep.
It
Yep.
does.
Mhm.
Ah!
We have no faith in our leader here.
So you're trying to take command of the situation, and the stress level of everyone just completely hammers back at you, essentially, and you're hit with the realization of how fucked you all are. And I'm gonna have you make a panic roll for me.
That's a 3, and then so I saw I had something here called Nerves of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a -2 to all panic rolls.
Yes, it is.
So that is a 1 plus the total number of stress die I have right now, I believe, is 3.
Yep. So you're still
so-
keeping it together, but you basically the overall stress of the group shuts you down.
Mm.
I can take you to the elevator, Bonnie. I should go check on Wesker's. He said he would be in his office tonight. Who knows what's going on down there, but Jack's right to an extent. He has my responsibility.
With all due respect, fuck this place. I think we should leave.
I completely agree with you, Laura.
Security detail was not about Walking Dead. It was about literally someone coming and stealing secrets and stuff like that, that has nothing to do with actually getting attacked by and probably eaten by these things. So I think that we're good. I think
The elevator's the same direction.
exactly.
We-
So-
we
And
can
we
all
can all
go
go
there.
together. We can all
We can all
go
go
together.
together, but Riggs, when we get there, we're going up,
That's
even
fine.
if you're going down.
Understood.
Yes,
You
Jack.
do know the elevator can only go in one of those directions, right? So
I
which way
can
we gonna do
wait.
first?
I can wait.
You were gonna
Wanna
say
wait?
something, Jack?
I was originally going to confront Lara and be like, why are you in such a rush to get out of here, Lara? Weren't you former UBCS?
You mean why I'm in a rush to leave? What do you want me to do?
Your literal job before entering the security detail was handling BOW outbreak situations.
Not like this. And on top
Were you
of
not
that,
trained for this?
I don't
who
think
would be
anybody in
trained
their
for-
right mind
Well,
is
who would be
trained
trained for this? What are you talking about? Is this really the time?
What other time would BOW countermeasure training come into effect?
I literally found, with the help of like Dr. Winters, this flamethrower, which is not meant to be a flamethrower, it's a medical flamethrower, to like push that thing back. And
Love the idea of a medical.
it didn't even kill the damn thing.
While
So-
they're fighting, can Joel like slide up next to Dr. Winters and kind of like Sarah, like just discreetly? Don't need that sample. Is it on you, or must we retrieve it?
What do you need the sample for during an outbreak?
Our ticket out.
That's not our ticket. Who's the one guarding us?
No one until we secure extraction. Now we can with.
What do you mean secure extraction?
Is she like starting to get a little loud here?
Yeah, like, cause I'm worried, like, is she
No.
loud enough?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Now Joel's gonna
What's
like
that?
give her a just be cool look.
What part? When did I ever say we needed to secure extraction of the sample?
Campbell,
Ma'am,
rookie. What's the problem?
I am just making sure that the doctor's best interests are in
You
view.
have not spoken of my interests yet. All I hear
Ma'am.
is you talking about extracting the sample.
Is there an intimidation roll of any sort? Like,
Damn, did she
what
just
I
say
want
that
to
out loud
do,
everybody?
what I want to do
Oh, you did.
is-
You said it.
No, I was trying to like whisper it to you, but now you're talking loud.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize you were whispering. I didn't realize he was whispering.
I said.
No, I
No, I
got
think that I personally, I think this is an amazing outcome from this conversation.
Yeah, I do
great.
too.
I think so
That's
too,
why-
yeah.
Megan, what did you want to do?
So I kind of want to like grab Joel and like push him up against the wall.
Yeah, and I want to like draw my weapon at the ready as well, because like this
Nice.
man basically just admitted to what would be the equivalent of corporate treason. Um,
Okay.
and I would like to assist Riggs in
All right. Megan, I'm going to give you two choices. You can either
Okay.
roll empathy and command as an intimidation, or you can just roll strength in close combat.
Strength.
Joel, I am going to give you a chance to counter this.
Oh, you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. And Jack, you're just drawing your weapon. You don't need to roll anything.
So is
Yeah.
that this is gonna be my strength, close combat, plus my stress?
No, actually. I'm going to have you roll your strength plus stamina.
Got it. But also my stress.
Plus your
Oh,
stress.
new.
Plus stress across the board for everyone, every roll, forever.
Ooh, everyone
What?
has stress all the time.
Are you kidding? Do we actually take a shot from that? Or
No.
okay. Okay. I have 2 successes.
Ooh.
Well,
No stress.
My
Or, like,
3
no,
successes
one.
would be great if my 2 crit fails on stress die didn't happen, but I got 2
Two.
ones.
2 of
I
them.
scared
Well,
the
I'm rolling
shit out
3
of you.
stress die by now.
I have 4. I just been lucky.
So,
Yes.
so one of the triggers for gaining stress is having a member of your crew attack you. So, Joel, I'm going to have you increase your stress by 1, and then I'm going to have you make a panic roll.
And I'm doing it. All right, so now my total stress is up to 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled a 4, so I'm at 8.
So, you as well are trembling uncontrollably from shock. All skill rolls using agility suffer -2 until I tell you otherwise. By the way, Megan, yours has ended.
Oh, nice.
You're good.
I was trying to
Hey.
avoid it anyway.
This adrenaline rush, being pissed at Joel, shook you right out of it.
Nice.
What questions you asking, rookie?
You're right about my promotion. There was news that an attack or sabotage was going to be planned. I was here to look out for it, and I could secure passage out if we secured the sample and saved it.
Under whose jurisdiction?
Dr. Oswell Spencer.
Big man himself?
Listen, I wouldn't be evoking a name that could crush me if I was wrong.
Well, now I'm glad I raised my voice. The Southern woman in me smelled bullshit.
To
I
be fair,
never. I thought I could trust you, Joel.
I was trying to get you out. We're all dead.
Sounds
unless
like
we
you were
get-
trying to do a little more than that.
What's
there
in it for
something
you
stop-
if you get the sample out?
It was a further promotion, but now it's just being alive. And I feel like we are all in this place of just being alive.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
just
trying to make the
responding
roll that
to
was asked.
Yeah.
me
right.
too. I was
Just like quietly asking you all to make a roll in the middle of the intense scene. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's like math was more the issue.
Well,
Fuck. Wait,
I guess I get
no,
panic from
no.
that.
Oh, thank God.
I get a
okay.
panic from that.
I thought
I
that was a
got,
stress die.
I got
It's
a
just the
panic.
shadow.
I got one panic. I
And I got a 1 on one of my stress dies as well.
Okay,
No.
well we're
No panics for me. 1-6.
Okay. And
Similar
Jack?
situation.
okay, so please continue the scene. I'm going to the 3 of you who have panic roll and do the math and send it to me in Zoom chat, and then please continue the conversation.
Mhm.
you,
All
you're
right.
expecting us to multitask, Ian?
I
Well,
look at
What Joel was saying was it was an extra promotion, but now it's just being alive. And that extraction is the only thing that the only shot any of us have at surviving now.
But how do you know that? What do you think they're going to do with it?
Why can't we
I
just
think
walk out?
Let's all just go. But I'm not going to give it to you to give to Spencer. What righteous thing do you think he's going to do with it?
Ma'am, I am not concerned about righteousness in this moment. I am concerned about living.
Then let's all survive together and get out.
And it's at that point, Dr. Winters, that you see from the direction of the elevator coming down the hallway towards you a small horde of infected undead. There's easily 10 of them
Coming from the elevator?
coming down the hallway towards
Oh,
the
done.
commotion that you are making. And it's blocking the way to the elevator. Joel.
I alert everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Cancel.
Joel, Laura, and Riggs do not notice this. Jack, you do also notice it as well.
So by alerting them, I like put my hand up and just point where they are. I don't say anything.
I say shit, and I point my gun in the direction of the horde. I say, we have bigger problems right now.
Oh fuck, it's blocking. Armory.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
On the map, there are like doors that block off hallways, it looks like.
Yep.
Is that something that we could do in
Yes.
this situation?
They're emergency doors. You can shut them. And yes, there is one going down that hallway towards the elevator between you and it. That's because that's the junction you're at currently.
That's something we want to do.
I'm down to, yeah, all of us. Yeah.
It'll slow them down.
Yep, I'm down for that.
Okay. So that's what Megan's gonna do. Megan's gonna go and like try and barricade the door or close it.
Megan, you know that your card will lock those doors.
Yeah, she'll lock it then.
So you can swing them shut and lock it, and it's a magnetic lock.
Mhm.
And you can also reopen them.
Oh no, never mind.
Megan, you did do that, right?
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
So Jack's just gonna make a comment. It's like, awfully nice key card there.
Benefits of working with the higher ups. It seems like Joel has better connections though.
Indeed.
So elevator's blocked. Where to now?
Guess we go back to the original plan, make our way to the armory. Seems like we're gonna have to fight our way out one way or another.
Agreed.
And Lara, I'd suggest holding on to that medical flamethrower.
Why don't
Yeah,
you give
well,
Bonnie your
right.
gun in the meantime? Why don't you give Bonnie your gun in the meantime? I mean, you don't need two ranged.
She's like, I don't know. She just looks like them both, and she's like, fine. You know how to use this thing, right, Doctor?
Oh yeah. I take it and I like do a little flippy thing and I put it behind me in my belt loop.
Does it accidentally
That's
go
like-
off? Please tell me it
Yeah.
accidentally goes off.
No, my
shot
daddy
in the
taught me
butt.
how to handle a gun. I'm good.
And Bonnie, just know you only have 6 shots in that gun. Okay, so you're gonna head towards the armory. Okay, so you're gonna head down the hallway. You cut across from where the liquor originally came from, away from the lab. And the armory is actually just around the corner up ahead. So you make your way down and you turn the corner. There's the armory door. This is one of those, another one of those security doors that has a keypad and a swipe for the card on it, and a window. And you can see inside, and there are there's a rack of shotguns, a rack of SMGs, and some body armor.
Very nice.
Similar to what the security staff are all already wearing.
Right. Not an upgrade.
No, not an upgrade, but better for Bonnie.
Yeah, Doctor doesn't have anything.
Is there anything else in there, like zombie
Close
or
those.
person, that we can see through the window?
No. Anyone who wants to can give me a wits and observation roll to take a closer look around and do all that fun stuff, but you don't have to.
I think I'm
That requires making a stress roll. I don't want to risk that.
All right, wits and observations.
With an
So
observation.
that's actually pretty good for me.
Got one success and no stress.
Okay.
I just need none of these stress die to fuck me over again. And they didn't. And I got 3 successes.
Okay.
4 successes.
Both
Four
of you
successes.
notice that there's a shotgun missing from one of the slots on the rack, and there's still like spots for ammo and stuff too, and you can clearly see like the ammo's been rifled through, like someone was grabbing shells and stuff. Joel, in addition to that, you notice it looks like someone's like moved stuff around, but nothing appears to be missing. Like someone was looking for something, maybe. Like body armor's been rifled through, but like pushed back into its place, but it's not like orderly stacked like it should be. Things like that.
Okay. Joel's gonna say, I don't know if y'all tend to keep it this untidy, but we might not be the first visitors, and I'd be worried that the first ones didn't leave.
Not many have key cards to this.
Others
Um,
might have had one.
I was gonna say at that prompting of like not many people have a key card to this, like could I use like my investigator observation to like kind of determine who would have had access to this?
Absolutely.
While he's doing that, could Joel just be like kind of walking around the room basically? Or can we just see all the room, or does it need to be cleared?
You can see everything except for the extreme corners. Like you can't see directly behind the door, and you can't see like the extreme corner to the left of the window.
All right, well, like Joel just might be slowly strafing to make sure he keeps those points in,
Mhm.
just in case.
Reaching clear.
You haven't entered the room
Reaching
yet.
clear.
You haven't entered the room yet, to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. Jack, go ahead and roll me wits and observation.
Dropped one of them. Hold on. So many dice.
And for the rest of you, faintly, back the way you came, you can hear that dull thudding noise
Oh god, it's a
over and over again.
What, in the room or like?
No, back the way you came. Like,
Oh,
Like
I
from the
see.
door
that
we closed?
from the
Yeah,
security
yeah.
door, it's just like,
Megan will like open the door at this point and like
Okay.
give the signal to like reach it clear, make sure the room's clear when we go in.
So you're going to scan your card to open the door, and I'm going to let Jack tell me what his roll is before
Yep.
anything else happens.
I have 2 successes, no stresses.
So you can answer, you can ask me like what happened, like you can get a little bit more insight into it. You can see if there's anything hidden, or if there's any details that are out of place, out of ordinary. I already kind of gave a lot of that information to Joel, so you were specifically
Right.
looking for like introspective, like who else can access this room.
Correct.
Walters, Wesker, Birkin, Megan apparently, which you weren't aware of.
Right.
Theoretically, anyone higher up in Umbrella. So anyone at the same level as Wesker and Birkin, who aren't currently here, could theoretically open it. Joel might be able to. You don't know.
There's a good point.
But you know that you don't have access, Laura doesn't have access, none of the lab technicians or scientists should have access. And Megan swipes and opens the door, and you give the signal for breach and clear. Do you go in first, or are you gesturing for someone else to?
I gesture for Joel to go in first.
And that's fair. He shrugs and he enters the room,
Cool.
gun went forward and
Go
kind
ahead
of
and-
strafes around that door.
Go ahead and give me an agility and mobility roll.
Amazing. That's the thing that I have a -2 to right now from being shaken.
Yep. And you're gonna just take another -2 to it, so it's -4 total.
What if that
Is
leads
this a short range attack on Joel?
What if that
No.
leaves me with no
Okay.
dice? What if you subtracted all my dice?
Roll 1 die. Oh no, roll your stress.
Just roll my stress die.
Yep.
Got it. All right. All the stress. All the
Just
time.
stress.
Yay.
Only stress.
It's only stress. Okay. No successes, but also no panics.
Okay.
I mean, that's probably means I'm gonna get hurt, but hopefully.
You all hear the boom of a shotgun go off. And I'm going to make a roll, and I actually need to grab dice. Sorry, hold on. I didn't grab dice at all. Okay. I have dice. That's why I need it. Two. No, that was over 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Joel, take 3 damage and increase your stress by 1.
Okay.
Does a shotgun count? What range is a shotgun? Is it
Medium. Yeah, medium.
Um,
No, your ability only works for like melee unarmed attacks.
And does my ability come into play here? Could I have seen this coming?
No.
All right, that's okay. Because I think my ability is only if I could see the attack coming.
Yeah. This was from around the corner that you couldn't see.
Right. So add a stress die, and you said I take 3 damage.
Yep. 3 damage. I think your armor negates 1 of them.
It negates 2 if the armor rating is how much it negates.
Let's say 1 because basically this hit you in the face.
Nice.
You basically got peppered in the neck with buckshot
That's amazing.
Yep.
And so,
because you were
It's
just
like-
like starting to move into the room when the shotgun blast went off.
and our health starts at 10, correct? So
Yeah.
I just take 2 off of that. There you go. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's what happens to Joel, I guess.
And I will say that you immediately pull back and you're like, you just got shot. Like a couple of the pellets hit you in the neck, not a major blast.
Definitely leaving me without the chance to fire back or react at all. Just
Mhm.
I'm staggered.
Yep.
At least.
Yep.
Got it.
What the hell?
Easy does it. We have Officer Riggs and Officer Harlow. I'm giving us a title officer. I know that's your title, but
Basically just yelling at them to stand down.
I was like, we're not bioweapons. Like we can talk.
We're not in.
All you hear is the cock of a shotgun.
Jesus.
Does Joel
Um,
see now that Joel's like staggered back? Is he conscious? Can he see the attacker now?
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Just 1.
Too good. It's a 4.
You think you recognize them? They were wearing a uniform. But you didn't catch the face. Maybe one of the day shift security guards.
This is the security team. Stand down. Olsen, Harlow, Riggs, and Campbell.
And you hear a familiar voice, but very shaken, say, "Prove it," and you're pretty sure it's Walters.
What do you mean, prove it? It's me, some bitch. What else do you want me to say?
Let me see your
Proof
hand.
enough.
Let me see your hands.
Are you gonna shoot first?
Hold your hands through the doorway so that I can see that you're not holding a weapon, and then walk in, and I will not fire.
Why?
That's a
why are
pretty
you
big
worried
risk,
about us
sir.
having a weapon? I thought you'd be more worried about us like looking dead.
Olsen, I've got this. So I'm gonna holster my weapon. I'm gonna stick my hands through and be like, Walters, it's Harlow. Like, try to diffuse the situation, essentially. Because I know, like Laura, you're carrying a 2-handed flamethrower. So
Yeah.
Like, let me show. Like,
And he doesn't fire. And Jack, you're able to walk into the room, and it is Walters. He looks incredibly shaken. He's drenched in sweat. And he's holding one of the shotguns from the rack on the wall.
I'm still gonna like keep my hands up and be like, Walters, put the gun down.
He lowers it, and you see his finger slide off the trigger.
Alright, that's good. Now, are you injured?
Who's with you?
Like we said, it's me, Riggs, Olsen, and you shot Campbell.
What do you want?
Same thing you want. To protect ourselves and get the hell out of here.
Grab some guns and go.
Are you
Box
coming
behind
with
us?
us?
No, it's safe in here.
Do you want us to send help when we secure the area?
Help's coming.
All right.
What help?
Everyone enter the armory slowly. Walters, I'm going to need you to keep that gun pointed at the ground.
Just move slowly, grab what you need, and go. You see like a small stack of like shotgun ammo around him, and he dragged one of the benches from like inside the armory cage over and like has it propped up so that he can like kind of take cover behind it if he needs to. He obviously is like panicked. He doesn't understand like exactly what the situation is. Like if he just locks that door and stays here and stays quiet, he's gonna be fine, but he doesn't realize that.
Oh yeah, so Lara's gonna like slowly walk in, obviously carrying a two-handed thing.
He doesn't fire.
Okay. And she's going to give him like a wide-eyed look, but then like is going to slowly go over to like a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly reach for it.
Okay. He's watching the door.
Oh, so he's just
yeah. Once you're like, he looks at you when you enter the room, and you see him like make a quick assessment. You don't really like it. You're not sure what he's looking for, but he makes like a quick assessment and then looks at the next person coming in the room. Like he's basically like, "Are you one of them?" sort of thing.
Actually, he's just like make sure. Okay, cool. Like so, grabbing all that and then like slowly walking back out.
Mm-hmm.
What are Joel's capabilities right now? Like, how badly has this injury crippled him?
You're not crippled at all. You don't have any
All right,
crippling injuries.
So he's gonna basically just like slowly get himself up. He's gonna back his way into the hallway. He's like not gonna stay in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna trust them to grab whatever weapons they need.
Okay.
He's gonna back his way into the hallway.
Okay. So you are lightly bleeding, but it was more of a graze. Like you didn't take serious damage.
Bonnie's
Megan?
in. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Bon. Go ahead.
I was going to say Bonnie's in the hallway already, looking around, just kind of keeping point to make sure that nothing else is approaching. And she sees Joel come out, and she kind of just like glances at him and like nods, and then goes into the room to see if there's anything she could.
As she walks by, Joel goes, "For what it's worth, I was trying to get you out."
I just kind of like smile and nod.
Bless your heart, but
Yeah. But I slowly approach like the door, like the precipice to enter the room, and I kind of look at Harlow. You're in the room, right?
Yeah.
I kind of look at you to make sure that it's like okay that I enter too. Like even though I'm not security and he might not know me very well.
and I kind of like nod you in, but like just like with like a hand up, like indicating slowly, but it's like
Okay. So I just kind of put my hands up as I slowly walk in the room.
He definitely reacts because you didn't say Bonnie was with you, but
Mhm.
because you're moving so slowly and calmly, he doesn't snap the gun up or anything. He's just like,
Okay. Gotcha. And I have that smaller gun holstered, like, well, not holstered, tucked in my
Okay.
belt loop on the back, but I see if there's anything bigger I can grab.
yeah. I mean, so there's more pistols, there's submachine guns, and there's shotguns. And then
Okay.
body armor as well, which you do not have. That's similar to the ones that all the security is wearing.
Okay.
And there's ammo. There's like duffel bags to carry things.
Okay. I just grab a body armor to throw on, and you said a submachine gun. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab one of those, and whatever ammo goes with it, however much comes.
You're without like grabbing a bag and stuffing it with stuff,
Okay.
you're able to like slip two magazines for the submachine gun into like
Okay.
pockets on the body armor. So you have a relatively decent amount of ammo.
Okay.
I'll
And
tell
then
you how much in a minute once everyone figures out what they're grabbing real quick. So, Olsen, Laura, you're grabbing a shotgun and a box of shells, I assume?
Joel's gonna be leaning. He's in the hallway. He's just gonna call in. Get me something nice.
I was gonna grab something for Joel when I went in to get my stuff.
Okay.
So when Megan goes in, do the shotguns have like straps on them, like to like put on her back or anything, or does she have to carry them?
Yeah, you can like tactical strap, yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna grab 2 shotguns and then a submachine gun, and as much ammo as she could take with her.
Okay, so like strap them on and like grab the submachine gun and hold it in the hand and then like stuffing ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grab a box of shotgun shells and a magazine. So you have everything's loaded already.
Yeah.
And then you just grab an extra box and an extra magazine.
Can I grab 2 extra boxes of shotgun shells because one of the shotguns is gonna go to Joel?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay.
You can balance it to carry it out, but you wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to like stuff it into your pockets.
Yeah. So then she'll hand one of the shotguns and a box of shotgun ammo to Joel. She gets out.
Okay. All right. So Joel has a shotgun with an extra box of shells, which has about 15 in it. You have a shotgun. You have a shotgun with box of shells with 15, and a submachine gun with 30 rounds in it, and then another 30 round magazine.
Can you say the shotgun again? Sorry.
15.
15 each. Okay.
15 rounds plus already is loaded with 8.
Is that the same amount that Joel has as well?
Yes. Also the same for you, Laura, and then Bonnie, you grabbed a submachine gun and 2 clips, so you have 90 rounds, and with the submachine gun. Jack, what are you grabbing?
I'm also gonna go for some machine guns and
Okay.
some machine gun ammo.
Okay.
And just some additional handgun ammo as well.
Okay, so you're able to grab a couple clips of handgun ammo if you want.
I appreciate that. I'll take
So
that.
2 clips of handgun ammo, which is 8 each, plus the submachine gun and 2 extra clips for 90 total. So perfect. That's what you got. All right.
I did want to ask a question. Are there any kind of explosives? Like, I will take a flashbang.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. Also, Bonnie, add 2 armor rating for the body armor that you strapped on.
So I wanted to take this like kind of like lull in the action
Mhm.
to ask Dr. Winters, you're a lab tech here in the Arklay Labs. Do you know anything about the BOWs we've been up against tonight? How to perhaps incapacitate them, stop them, kill them?
So, obviously, I've never had to test on human beings. I've never known how this necessarily would respond with human beings. But based off what I've seen with plant life and my studies based off similar illnesses that come from necrotrophic type of influences, we're looking at fire being our best guess. At least incapacitating these things to some degree, and brute force. Do I have any other ideas of anything out of character of what else might? Those are generally it, right?
That's basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Large amounts of damage.
Yeah. And luck. So our best bet, and I know your job is to secure this building. There's a horde that just came through. 10 of them. It's going to take a long time to kill them. I really think this lab is going down and we need to get out. Secure as much as you want, but I'm leaving.
That's fine. I will add to our knowledge so far that earlier Riggs was able to take out one of the slower moving ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I did notice that Riggs destroyed the head,
Mm-hmm.
and it did
Brute
not move
force.
after that.
Yeah. Any sort of brute force trauma to the head should do the job. But it might take a while depending on the size.
No, that's good to know. It's targets now. We know to aim for the head with the slow moving ones at the very least.
But you should also know with brute force comes close combat, and you are more likely to get infected in close combat. You can get infected.
And what are the means of infection?
We have reason to believe bodily fluids are the strongest transmissible agent.
So we're thinking
At this time.
bites, scratches.
Bites, scratches, saliva exchange, like things like that.
Is there another way out of this building outside of the one we just blocked ourselves off from?
I kind of look between Megan, Joel, and Jack. Just like, does anybody know?
So, I guess 2 things. Megan will ask Walters first if she knows anything about what will happen to Wesker if he's here. And then 2, would she know of an alternative route out that's like not necessarily well known to everyone because of her work with him?
While I answer your first question, I'm gonna have you roll wits and observation, or wits and survival, to see if you know of any alternatives. So you ask Walters, like, if he knows if anything happens to Wesker, and he's like, no, I have no fucking clue what happened to anyone else. I got attacked and I ran here.
No successes, but no ones either.
Okay, no, you can't think of anything. Literally the only way in and out is that elevator that you know of.
Just the elevator.
Yep. That single elevator, the stairway doesn't even go up and out. It's a fire hazard. Code.
Ian, may I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And this is kind of like out of character. So
Mhm.
every Resident Evil game inevitably ends with a facility or location exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Famously in Resident Evil 1, there's like a self-destruct button.
Mm-hmm.
Could I suggest, as like my final huzzah of being a security officer, communications officer, that our next objective ought to be to initiate the self-destruct sequence and then get the hell out of here, because that will accomplish both goals of leaving and securing the facility, because facility has to be secured if it's not here anymore, right?
I mean, if there are people left, I don't think that counts as secure. And
I'm presuming they're all zombies at this point.
points to Walters. Not quite.
I'm okay with that.
So, I guess the real question is, where do you're trying to find a way to shut the facility down, either violently or not.
Yeah.
Where do you think you would be able to do that from?
So in the original game, it was like you had to go all the way down to where the tyrant is stored.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we have to go all the way down there or not. And this could be complete metagaming at this point. And I
No, that's fine.
apologize.
That's fine.
Like,
You
doing
know,
anything
you
else.
know that there is a first level, basement level that you haven't been in, which is basically just a long corridor to get out of here.
To the courtyards, right?
Yep. And then there is a sub basement, basement 4, which has Wesker's office, Birkin's office, and more labs. 2 more labs.
Would Bonnie, as someone who works with Tyrant, like, be familiar with where that might be?
Nope.
Would Riggs know if like there's a self-destruct sequence in Wesker's office?
Well, you know what? Yeah.
So like maybe what I do in character is I'm gonna motion to Megan, pull her aside,
Mhm.
and then like kind of relay this plan to her if that works.
Okay. So you relay the plan. Riggs. If there was any sort of self-destruct or way to like completely shut this facility down with you while allowing you all to still be able to get out, it would probably be in Wesker's office.
I mean, I was going to go down there anyway. I would love the company if you want to shut the place down. It'd likely be in Wesker's office.
All right. I'm gonna suggest to the group that it's in everyone's best interest to not let this outbreak spread beyond this laboratory, and that the responsible thing to do is to get down to Wesker's office, initiate the self-destruct sequence, and then get the hell out of here.
Some of us can stay by the elevator, make sure the way is clear.
That still means we have to face the Horde to get to the elevator.
That has to happen
Does.
regardless.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
making sure that that's what we're
Yeah.
all okay.
Yeah. Is there a way to? They're alerted to sound, right?
The fast one was, yeah,
Yeah,
the skinless.
the liquor.
The liquor.
But all right, we're just gonna be blasting through a horde of.
So, when we saw them earlier, it was just like a horde of the slow ones, right?
Yep.
Could we just run through?
We would really need to clear a path because they would, if they even like.
Is there a way to like run around and like? Cause I'm looking at like the map. Is there a way to like have them go around the circle around the hallway?
No.
Loop 'em?
There's not.
I
And
know this is a dumb question. I'm sorry.
out of curiosity, where are you having this Are you still in the armory having this conversation?
Probably like right
Yeah.
outside, I'd
Right
imagine.
outside of the
Okay, so you're having this conversation right outside of it. And can everyone roll me wits and observation?
Is this required? Can we choose not to not have stress or panic?
You can
I'm
choose.
kidding.
You
I'll
can
do it.
choose to be oblivious. Yes.
Yes. Woo! Okay, that is 4 successes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be oblivious.
Okay.
One success.
One success.
1-1, not rolling for success. The three of you hear that low moan crescendoing coming from down the hallway. Jack, you notice Joel is gone.
Oh,
Would
shit.
I not have noticed? I was in the hallway with them. I didn't notice.
You are all having this conversation.
Where's Campbell?
I was wondering why you didn't say one more roll.
Hey,
I was like, wait a second.
Hey, Joel, can you roll me that panic roll, please?
Doing it. Well, seeing as I'm up to 5 stress die now,
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 2. That's a 7.
Okay. Your stress level goes up,
Okay. So it does.
Jesus.
and I will swing back to your utter failure for actually effectively hiding after you snuck off and let the horde into the hallway. And you all see the horde coming around the corner towards the armory from being attracted by the discussion you were having.
I'm gonna take a knee in the hallway and say, "Shit! Open fire!" And I'm going to start trying to pick off some heads.
Is everyone shooting?
I think so. I am.
Who?
I was
Um,
well, no, because I have to be closer, don't I? I was gonna like fire it up personally.
You would have
Yeah,
to be able to
fire's
get a
good.
little bit closer,
Okay, then.
but you can wait. Like you can pick off any to get closer while they're shooting. Yeah.
Okay.
Bonnie, are you also firing, or are you doing something else?
I am also firing.
Okay. I want one agility and range combat roll from each of you, and I'm not going to make you roll a bunch. I'm going to kind of combine them all into just one roll each to see how effective this is. While they're rolling, Joel, you
Yes,
snuck
sir.
off. You snuck off
I did.
while
They were arguing. I
while they
stopped.
were arguing, and you used your stolen key card to open the security door.
Sure enough, did.
And then what that was currently being hammered on, and then snuck off down a side hallway to try to hide.
Yes. I obviously failed.
You
'cause that's the roll
failed.
we just talked about, right?
And you are now backed into a corner. You have a shotgun
Yep.
with 3 of them coming at you.
So, anyways, I start blasting.
A
I was waiting
6
for
on
it.
a stress die is a success, actually. So that's just good.
Okay, cool. So 2 success then.
Okay, so 2 success from Jack,
2 from me.
2 from you.
I got 1 success, but just like no 1 or 6 on my stress die.
Okay, so 1 success. And then,
Yeah.
Laura, you got 2.
Got 2 successes. And
Okay.
Nothing on my stress.
So 4, 5, 6, 7 total. Good. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. Math is not my strong suit. I'm going to make that a single combined roll, so that's 1 success and 6 extra you can do to the horde of 7. So the shotguns. So you have submachine. Wait, submachine gun, shotgun. Sorry, Riggs. Which gun are you using? You took both.
I'm using my submachine gun.
Okay, so submachine gun, flamethrowers. Flamethrower does 4 damage, and the submachine guns do 2 each. So that's 2, 4, 6, 10 total to the horde, plus 6 more that you could, 6 more stunts you can do. So you can knock them prone, you can do extra damage. What would you all like to do?
I vote like maybe I'll yell to the group like, aim for their legs, get them on the ground, and then we'll burn them.
Idea.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
That's
Okay, so
only for that.
you knock them all prone and then deal extra damage with the rest.
Mhm.
That
Awesome.
is enough to take out the horde.
Yes.
Look at us.
You effectively just demolish that horde of 7 that was coming at
Yeah,
you.
that was like a really good set of like success rolls,
Yeah.
everyone.
No, you
I'm
very
very
good
proud
job.
of us just now.
And then there's Joel.
And then there's
Yep.
Joel.
And then
And
So,
there's Joel.
Time to pay for these sins.
so Joel, with the shotgun, you can get 1 shot off per round,
Okay,
and there are
we'll try
3.
that.
So go ahead and give me an attack.
Okay, how much do I add for the shotgun? Because I know I've got my
2.
ranged combat dice.
Plus
2
2.
for the
Oh yeah. Also,
Dice for
the shotgun is a +2 bonus, and the submachine guns are +1 bonus. But the submachine guns do actually less damage than the shotgun. Shotguns are better.
All right, so my
So none of us
my-
added the extra dice in those rolls.
You still
My
handle it.
ranged combat roll would be a 4, so I'm gonna add 2 for the shotgun, and then all my stress dice. So
Yes.
many right now. Yeah, that's a panic.
Amazing.
Why? I'm getting so many panics tonight.
Yeah.
I'm so
See
sorry.
it.
This is
It's
beautiful.
fine.
Go
No,
ahead.
no. I'm the heel. I
Yeah.
deserve it. I am 100%
Go
the
ahead
guy
and-
that needs to go down for this.
Go ahead and
I'm
roll.
Krauser.
Roll that for me.
All right. So here goes the panic roll. That's a 3 plus my 6 dice is a 9.
You drop the weapon in your hand, and your stress level goes up +1.
God damn.
So he just like fumbles with it and just
Yep.
dunk and 1 more stress die. That's amazing.
As all 3 converge on you. How would you like to handle this?
Hmm.
he on his radio, does he have a direct line to Spencer?
No.
Okay, so he doesn't.
So
he's got no way to.
You were communicating via email.
Yeah, electronic messaging.
Electronic mail.
That new
all
technology
the
came back
rage.
to bite us in the ass.
Technology. All right, then. Well, as the zombies approach him, he is just going to pull his stun baton and flail madly. Like he's got nothing left than to try to push them off of him, and he could get his stun baton up before he could get his gun pointed, I'm sure. So he is just flailing with that thing and screaming.
Okay, I'm gonna let you make one strength and close combat roll,
With my extra stress die.
and I'm just rolling damage.
Okay. Close combat is this, and my one for my stun baton. Yeah, that's definitely a panic. How can I not get a panic? I'm rolling 7 stress die now. One of them's gonna have to hit him.
So, did you panic?
Oh, he rolled a 1 on the
again?
stress die.
I'd like to see what the results of that is, please.
Sure. The results of that are 6 on the die plus the 7 stress die he's got. Brother just rolled a 13 for that panic. He's panicking hard.
So your stress level is actually going to go down 1.
As I accept my defeat or accept my fate.
Technically, you're going to try to flee as hard as you can, but you're already backed into a corner.
Right. And so he just.
So you just try to plow your way through them as they lunge and grab and bite.
Oh.
And you take 6 damage.
Out the way, you motherfuckers! He's saying. And. Okay. I guess he's just pushing through.
What are you at for damage total?
That takes me down to 2. So I'm guessing my light armor does not matter at all anymore.
No, not in this case.
that's what I thought,
These
that's
are
what I thought.
they're grabbing, they're biting, they're tearing at you.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Will do. 2 5s.
As you go down, with them ripping at you, the last thing you feel is your leg just getting torn off. Joel,
He's just. There's no more words. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs. It's just that ear. I'm not gonna do it to everybody right now. It's just that ear-piercing scream.
and as the smoke and the echoing of the gunfire dies down, you all hear that. And Joel, would you like to read your letter? Would you like to read your save note?
If anyone ever recovers the body of Joel, in his pocket's going to be a notepad, and the very last page reads thus: Joel Campbell, UBCS. Attention, Dr. Oswell Spencer, concerning incident log, May 20th, 1998. Attempts to locate and secure a second sample of the virus have uncovered no leads so far. I would have preferred to wait until I had found the sample suitable for delivery before I released the first one into the water supply a week ago. However, after my lucky raid on the lab, I could not afford to risk someone noticing the vial was missing and tightening security. So far, it appears no one has. Not that there haven't been any effects. In particular, that poor bastard Peter from the poker game, the caretaker for the test animals, has deteriorated rapidly. Conveniently, he's kept a journal of it, which I was able to steal long enough to make the copy I sent to you last night. I heard him moaning from the bathroom when I went to put it back where I found it. His mind is gone. He'll likely be dead within the next few days. Thankfully, my promotion comes effective today. This means I can enter the lab openly, and it should become easier to procure the second sample. With any luck, I'll be prepped for extraction before the shit really hits the fan.
Rest in peace, you
Yes.
son of a bitch.
Essentially.
Rip Joel.
That was really
How
good,
about
though.
FUs in the chat for Joel?
Oh. Wow.
Now
So we
I'm
win,
really
right?
glad
We
I
found the
got
traitor.
loud.
Poetic
Now I'm
goddamn justice that
That was it.
you
Yeah.
That was
you
real
were the
good.
first one to die.
Come
My
on.
loud ass Southern voice had to
Damn.
yell, "Extract the sample."
Karma knew and saved us, so thanks.
Man, too
So
much ambition and a pretty face brought Joel down today.
so the rest of you hear
The doctor.
that ear-piercing scream, and then silence.
We don't even hear the moans from the other 3 that were there.
Nope,
Damn, that's
Feasting.
they're enjoying their meal.
I'm gonna ask Walters if he wants us to close the door.
You
And,
turn around to ask him, the door's already closed.
Oh, okay.
While you were keep shooting down the horde, he just walked
Definitely,
over
after we
and
like were shooting down a horde. He's just like, nope.
We should probably take advantage of this and
Yeah, let's go.
get the fuck to the elevator.
You book it and you make it to the elevator unharmed. You do see, as you're making your way past one of the side corridors, 3 zombies enjoying a meal, and you see what can unmistakably be the leg of Joel in his nice, crisp, brand new uniform cast aside from the body.
Megan like flips the bird as she runs past the hallway.
Bonnie just shakes her head. It's like,
All right, and you make it to the elevator.
I guess are we going down first to do the self-destruct? You all don't have to leave the elevator.
Yeah, I
Much.
was gonna suggest Dr. Winters and Laura, you stay by the elevator and secure our exfil. And
Yes.
Megan, you and I, let's make our way to Wesker's office and see if we can't purge this facility.
We'll radio you on the walkie if something goes wrong to give you the go-ahead to go.
Sounds good.
And Megan, do me a favor, just turn your walkie off.
It's off already. It never came back on.
Okay. All right. So all 4 of you are going down, and then Laura and Bonnie are staying in or outside the elevator while you 2 go to Wesker's office.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get in the elevator, and Megan, you actually have to swipe your card in order to select the 4th floor, and you do. And you're on the 3rd, so it's a pretty quick trip. Just before you hit the 4th floor, and you hear the ding, the entire car jolts.
Awesome. Now what?
And then you hear the ding. The door's open. It's a dark, empty hallway in front of you.
Can we like tell where? So did it feel like something like hit the elevator in the shaft? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Does it still sound like it's there still?
You don't hear anything.
Nothing like moving around or anything like that. Just...
Nope.
I would like to take my stun baton.
Okay.
And is it one of those like cartoonish stun batons which like crackle with electricity at the end?
No. It's a realistic one.
Aw,
It's
damn
like
it.
it looks like a cattle prod.
Okay, because what I was hoping is if it were the more cartoonish one, like I could use that as a light in this dark hallway.
Oh.
And then... Regardless, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna indicate to Megan, like, Megan, I'm gonna throw this into the hallway and see if that thing goes after it. Because I'm assuming that is the liquor that just hit the roof of the cable car. Or the elevator. I don't know why I called it a cable car. Ignore that.
It's the stress. It's the stress.
If you're okay with that, like, let me get a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna take out the baton, huck it into the hallway.
Up.
No movement, no sound.
Nope.
I think we try and stealth it.
Yeah.
Stealth it as quickly as we can.
So looking at the map, basically we have a long hallway that bends to the left, and then there's a door. And then Ian, you tell me in that like other rectangle where Wesker's room may be.
Megan would know the quickest way there.
Yeah,
Like 100%.
Yeah, it's basically like there's just 4 rooms in this level. That's it. Megan, you know that. You know that there's literally, it's like Wesker's office, Birkin's office, and their private labs. That's it.
Do I know if it'd be at the self-destruct button would be in the lab or the office?
You would assume office.
Okay.
You're not really sure. You've never seen a self-destruct button.
Okay. Yeah, but okay. So I guess we'll kind of stealthily make our way to Wesker's office.
Okay. So you two are going to start making your way down. I'm going to have you both roll wits and survival. And then while you're doing that, Laura and Bonnie, what are you doing?
I dropped a dice.
Because we felt something hit the top of the elevator,
And then it was just quiet.
and then it was just quiet.
Are we in the type of elevator that has a shaft at the top?
Like a door in the top of the elevator.
Yeah, Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Lara's gonna do that thing where like she's gonna stare up at it, and like she's gonna train her shotgun on that hatch, but she's torn between like standing in the middle of the door and keeping it open. So like she's like, if something happens, I'm dipping out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna poke my head out of the elevator and just look in both directions and make sure that nothing is approaching.
Thankfully, the elevator is basically at the end of a hallway. So you can just look straight out.
Oh,
you
so it's
see
straight,
them.
got it.
Yeah, you see them like kind of quietly making their way down and around the corner of the hallway.
Okay.
But keeping a lookout's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're basically just like keeping an eye out, watching the hatch, making sure nothing happens. Jack, you are very quietly just making your way down the hallway, and you get to the door. Then Megan walks up behind you and just opens the door and walks through. and then it clicks like a second later. You're like, oh wait, stealthy.
I'm too used to this. It's body
it was like
memory.
habit, and then you're just like, shit. None of the lights are on in this level. You do have flashlights, but and like the shotgun, Megan has a flashlight attachment, but you're not
Would
sure
I know
if that'll
how to
attract
get
them.
the lights on, or
Yeah, you would.
would it be like in the room we're entering now? Out of curiosity.
Yep.
All right.
Are you familiar? Like in a lot of commercial buildings, there's light switches that you actually have to like insert a key into and then flip a switch inside the thing. It's that style of it.
Would I have that key, or?
Yeah, you would actually.
All right. So I'm gonna tell Megan, like, I'm gonna try to get the lights on quietly this time.
She holds up her gun prepared.
Okay.
In case something happens.
All right. I move to turn the guns on for the 4th floor, or basement level 4.
Yep. You kind of feel along the wall. As you're feeling along the wall, your hand passes over something very wet and slick. And then you find the light switch.
I flick it on, cause I don't. What did I touch?
Both of you increase your stress by 1.
God damn it!
There is the only word to describe it is viscera. It's not even like intact flesh or anything. Just all over the place. It's like something exploded in this room. And this is just a hallway.
Jesus.
It's all over.
Jesus Christ.
Do we like have any idea like what caused it?
You don't see anything.
Okay.
It's
Well-
just blood and gore covering, like, splattered all over. And you do see a smear, like something was dragged down the hallway towards Wesker's office, but also all of the other offices.
Beyond what you've just told us, would my investigator skill of asking what happened here help us in any capacity? Am I gonna like Batman or CSI this shit and like, oh, I know. Like,
No.
Okay.
No.
For
For the sake, also for the sake of streamline, no.
So I guess Megan would kind of make her way to like where she thinks any self-destruct sequence would be.
Okay. So you're gonna
And-
start making your way down towards Wesker's office.
I'm gonna follow
Yeah.
suit and just
Okay.
being extra careful.
Laura and Bonnie. All of a sudden, the overhead fluorescents flick on in the hallway.
Okay.
I've,
See anything?
I've got my weapon
Mhm.
at the ready, but I'm not doing anything. It's just in my arm. It's in my hands.
And Laura, you hear a scratching noise coming from the elevator shaft above the elevator. Not like a loud one, like a what's the best way to describe it? Like someone's dragging an acrylic nail across like tile almost, like that, like
Okay.
clicking, kind of like a light scratch with a clicking noise to it.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out what to ask. So, in the brief moments of panic when I've looked at a liquor, do I know if they have like nails?
They do. They have large clawed hands.
I'm gonna immediately think that's what it is. The top. Is it like trying to pry at the hatch, or is it just like clicking in general?
It's just clicking. Go ahead and give me a wits roll without stress. Just a wits roll, just like
Just
to,
a witch.
yeah, to make it, yeah, to see if you can like recognize what it might be.
Success.
You'd swear it's almost just like someone drumming their fingers, like they're waiting or they're bored.
So it has like a best way to put it. It's kind of like someone. It's not like like a random scratching, like erratic. No, it's literally like just.
There's a pattern. There's a pattern to it.
There's a
You're-
pattern
yep,
to it.
Yep.
I'm gonna make like a face at that as I'm realizing this slowly, and then like look back at the doctor. Like, I don't know what just landed on the elevator, but I don't think that's a. I don't know what that is. But it seems to like someone waiting. Like someone drumming my fingers.
Am I hearing it?
Uh,
Now that I point
Now
it out,
that-
maybe.
Laura pointed it out, and it's
Yeah.
deadly quiet. You do hear it now. She picked up on it first because you're kind of like half out of the elevator. and she's
Yeah,
still in
right.
it, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Now you hear it.
motion for Laura to come off the elevator, thinking that if it were to open the shaft and drop down, you could easily fall prone and like not be able to act fast enough. And
So Lara's gonna like
right, because we would have the best view, like at an angle, looking at it.
So she's going to like nod and slowly walk backwards out of the
Mhm.
elevator.
Okay. You step out of the elevator. Megan, Jack. You make your way down the hallway. And Megan, the blood smear goes past Wesker's door. And you see it cut over towards Birkin's office door.
I don't think she's actually very curious. She's gonna go for Wesker's office and try and find the way to destroy it.
Okay. You
I'm
swipe.
just gonna nod in agreement with that, like just like an unspoken, like, yeah, we're not dealing with that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Like,
You swipe your card, which unlocks his door, and open it. He's not inside. He's not there.
Is there like blood or anything inside?
No. It's clean. Pristine, like he always keeps it.
Son of a bitch.
And I will just have you both roll wits and observation, just to see if you find anything that might be like a self-destruct command or like the check his
With
computer or things
stress
like that.
as well.
With stress, yes.
You gave them that luxury.
that's too
Had
many
to
dice.
ask.
I can't
That was
even
that was
close my
entirely
fist
to see if
anymore.
I was going to describe it normal or creepy.
Well, I got a fail.
I
A
have
panic.
neither a success nor a fail.
A panic.
Go ahead and
Okay.
roll me that d6 for your panic roll, please.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
That is a 9.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. Your stress level goes up by 1. And you drop an item, but I will tell you what it is later.
That's great. Oh fuck, it's gonna be the elevator key. God damn.
Neither of you find anything that could be a self-destruct. Spend a little bit of time looking around. And from inside Wesker's office, there is also a door into his private lab. And while you're looking around, Megan, you see a shadow go past the frosted window inside the lab, like someone is inside it.
Megan kind of just gestures at Jack. Like show him that something walked past.
I'm gonna ask Megan in a hushed voice, like, was Wesker supposed to be in the office today?
He told me.
Should we try to page him on the walkie?
Yeah, we could do that. So would Megan have like Wesker's pager number?
Yes, you would.
So she's gonna. I'm guessing there's a phone in the office.
Yeah,
She's gonna
there's
try
a
and like
desk phone.
page him.
Okay.
She's
You
gonna
pick
try
up
and
the desk
page him.
phone and page. Do you what do you page? What you have like a short string of.
I guess the thought that comes to mind is, "Where are you?"
That's a good one. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if he says like I'm in the lab,
Okay. You page that.
Yep.
It'll take a minute for a response. What do you do?
But it's not like immediately ringing or anything. Like we don't hear it there.
Nope, you don't hear a
Okay.
buzzing. You don't hear a buzzing
Okay.
from anywhere.
Okay.
can I just like look around the room like using investigator skill and be like, is there anything I'm missing?
Yeah,
like,
go ahead. Roll your talent.
What do I roll for my talent actually?
That's wits and observation for that one.
Okay, so I already got that queued up.
Yep.
Oh, as half of my dice go flying. This is literally too many dice to hold in the hand at one point.
It's so satisfying though,
It is.
hearing them all clunk.
Shit. Nope, that is a fail on a panic.
Go ahead and roll me your panic, and I'm going to switch to the other two for a minute. Do you do anything else after you moved out of the elevator? The noise continues.
Noise continues. No. I mean, I can't think of anything to do other than
Wait to see if something happens.
send the elevator up, see if it goes somewhere else.
That's an option.
But then if they come running back, we might be without an elevator because someone has to send it back. Oh no, that's not true. We could request it from the bottom. I also have an elevator key.
You
Well,
do.
if you
Oh,
send it, if you
yeah.
send it up, you're sending it to where you're trying to go later.
Well, it's like either way, I'm just like, I don't want it to attack me right
Isn't there
now.
also a
More
chance that,
people
like-
together on the elevator helps.
Is
if
there
it
also a
attacks.
chance that like I might accidentally open up to a floor where there are zombies?
Like, as in some zombies would get on the elevator and come down? Of course. That's of course. Yeah, it's definitely an option. I mean, we know that there are zombies on the floor where, and we don't know how like sentient they are. Like, how are they clicking buttons while they're up there? Like,
I
what are
mean,
they-
if we're using Romero Dawn of the Dead rules, they would
Yeah.
absolutely just accidentally stumble onto an elevator if it opened.
yeah.
and
Oh,
then
for
take a
sure.
ride. Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Solid.
Um,
So what do you want to do? You want to send it back up and see whatever?
No, I mean, we can just chill and see if our knocking friend decides to introduce themselves. Yeah, could just be Joel reanimated, hanging out. In which case, I have words for him, so let him come.
Just bullets for him. That's what I.
Just
that-
bullets.
That is
Bullets for
Yeah.
Joel.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
if it's something else, then
You're just gonna quietly wait.
Yep.
Okay.
yes. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Yeah, there's like.
Laura,
I mean-
you could spend time reducing Bonnie's stress.
I could do that. Yeah, that is a good point. I was like, there's probably something.
I
go,
have three. I have three.
Go ahead and reduce it by 1.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I talk in a soothing.
Yes. Quiet,
tone.
soothing tones.
Whereas I don't. So thank you very much.
And we'll switch back over to Megan and Jack. Jack, you got 6, so you skate right on by. Just barely.
Alright. But I nearly had a panic attack trying to look for anything else in the room.
Yep.
It's fine. Panic attacks happen all the time when you're looking for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I just realized that it's actually hashtag relatable.
Mhm.
So, I guess I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
Would Megan think that self-destruct would be in the lab then, potentially, if it's
Potentially.
not here?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. Second question is, would she realize that Wesker was probably never here during the day? Like, during this? Like, there's no blood in his office. Like
Because
really
you
skates
did.
by.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's about that time that your pager buzzes.
Okay.
And
What's
the
it
message
say?
on it says, safe. Find Winters, code rabbit.
Do I know what Code Rabbit means?
Nope. That's all it says.
Okay. Well, I feel like I should have done this significantly earlier, but I didn't know how pages worked.
No, you're
I
fine.
thought
You're
you
fine.
had to be on a phone.
You did have to be at a phone to send
okay.
one.
Okay.
You did.
You
You did everything
so-
properly.
I'd be like, let's just go. We pressed our luck. Let's just go.
So, Wesker said there's no self-destruct button then.
Well, she'll show him what he said.
Alright, we have our orders then.
Get the hell out of here.
Secure Winters.
Okay. So you start heading back towards the elevator.
Yep.
reconvene. You two see them come around the corner quietly, make their way back up to you.
I'm gonna like break the tension and just say like, Dr. Winters, we have new orders in which we are to secure your exfil as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Does Code Rabbit mean anything to you?
No.
Doesn't mean anything to any of us. Okay, I
No.
don't know why he would say that in the first place. Then.
I think it might mean things to Joel.
Ah.
I mean, I can't fathom why he would. I've never worked with rabbits before.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's just get you
Yeah,
out
let's
of here.
just mosey.
Yeah, like original plan, get you out of here. Get us all out of
Mhm.
here. There might be something on top of the elevator that is sentient.
We were there.
No, it might not be a mindless dead thing. It might be something else. We
I
don't know.
mean, maybe it will be squished if we take the elevator up.
That's also a very fair point. So
I do like
Yes.
squish.
let's mosey.
Or what we could do is just shoot the shit out of the top of the elevator.
Also valid.
You do have
We do both.
You do have
Both is
submachine
always an
guns.
option. Both is always
Mhm.
an option.
I was gonna say I
Mhm.
want to hold off on shooting up at the elevator cables that need to get
Mhm.
us up to the
Yeah.
first floor
Mhm.
Yeah.
until
Understood.
absolutely necessary.
So you're
Oh,
gonna.
also, did we inform? I feel like I skipped a step, which is to inform both Dr. Winters and Laura that no, we did not find a self-destruct sequence.
you
Well,
did.
we kind of gathered you walking
How
calmly in
casual.
our direction
Mhm.
that it
Mhm.
was not but yes, you did not
Mhm.
tell us that.
And I've just been wanting like to get out of here in the first place. I've been saying it since like I met Joel. So I
Mhm.
just want to get out of here. I don't care.
Okay. So you take the elevator up to the first floor?
Yes.
Okay, you take the elevator up to the first floor. You hear. Actually, you feel the elevator kind of shift, like something heavy changes the balance of weight on it while it's going up, but that's all that happens. The
I'm
elevator
extremely
doors
uncomfortable.
ding and open on the first floor, and you see a well-lit entry hallway, much like Joel's background.
Clean, pristine.
Yep.
No blood everywhere.
Nothing.
Well, that's a change of pace and a welcome one at that.
Okay. Can we just send this thing back down? Whatever's on the other side can go back down to where it came from.
Before we do that, can we just go?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Still gonna send it back down, but yes.
So you hit you hit like 4 on the elevator, and then you all just start
Yes.
moving down the hallway. Okay.
Yeah.
As the doors ding shut and you see the elevator start moving down, you hear the tearing of metal as a claw comes through the gap in the door.
Nope.
It starts trying to force it open. Are you running?
I'm gonna
Yes.
shoot at its fingers.
Oh.
I'm
You're,
sorry.
you're running and shooting?
I'm gonna run and take a shot off.
I
Okay.
was just running.
All right, so
Yeah.
running, shooting.
I'm gonna be like running, shooting as well.
Okay.
Trying to remember
And you
I'm not Adam in this moment.
You all, yeah. So I'm gonna need all of you to roll agility and ranged combat with your stress as you're running and shooting at it.
One success.
That is 2 stress fails.
I failed. Just
3 success.
But I'm also not shooting. I'm just running.
You're just. Oh, you didn't have to roll then.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're
You're
fine.
just-
Okay. We'll pretend that didn't happen.
Mhm.
All right. So
So,
1 success, 2 success from
I
Megan,
just, I
3
just,
success,
I just failed.
and
but
you
no
no
stress.
success, but no stress. Okay. So 4 success total. From submachine guns from both of you.
Yes.
Okay. Laura, you go to fire, but your clip is actually empty from earlier. You didn't reload.
Yeah.
So you can reload as you're going down the hallway, but you aren't able to shoot.
But I'm.
All right, so if the submachine guns do 2 damage each, so you do 4 damage to it and the door, and then you have 3 extra success between the 2 of you to spend on extra damage to try to like do damage to the elevator door, or something else like to try to slow it
So-
down or whatever.
I realized I forgot to roll like the bonus dice for the submachine gun.
Go ahead and
So
roll
the
right now.
only one that was. Did anyone else fail to do that?
Oh, I did.
It didn't
too,
matter.
it's fine.
Okay.
Actually, Laura, go ahead because you make it a success from it. It's one extra die. Okay.
Thank you though, but I was just
Okay.
like watching that.
So with your 3 extra success, would you like to do extra damage or try to slow it down?
It's big. It's like a liquor thing. Slow it
Yeah, you
down.
can tell it's a liquor from the claws coming through the door and trying to wrench the door open.
Probably slow it down.
Okay.
That's my vote.
All right. So you're like shooting at door, like the hinge, like the mechanics on the door to keep it from opening. Essentially, like
Yeah.
breaking the door. Okay. And you make it down the hallway to the door at the end, which will take you to the courtyard.
I would like to look around to see if I hear or see anything.
There's nothing in this nothing in this hallway other than the liquor trying to get through the elevator at the far end of it.
Is there any way that we can like close the door behind us to get to the courtyard, or?
Once you go through it, yes.
So that's my vote. Like, all right, everybody through, and let's close this door.
We haven't opened the door yet, have we? Or we did?
You have not.
Okay,
Oh,
so
damn.
there could be something on the other side of it.
There could be.
Yeah. It's Joel.
Joel is tyrant.
We aren't
But
gonna
with
be
a
able
leg
to open the
missing.
door.
Hey, that would really fit the Resident Evil. You thought you killed the
Mhm.
villain,
Yep.
but now they're a huge bioweapon.
He's
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Guess we open the door. Try and open the door.
Okay. It requires
Ew.
it requires a key card.
Is that the one that Megan dropped?
We don't know that she dropped it, but I'm guessing she did.
Megan, you go to grab your key card and it is missing.
Yep.
There.
You dropped it in Wesker's office.
Yep. And none of the other key cards work.
No, because security measures have been put in place.
Yep. I knew it.
And
And we just spent a bunch of time shooting the elevator, so we might not be able to get that back open.
we are going to end our session
Ugh.
with the 4 of you trapped in this hallway. You have enough ammunition, you might be able to kill the liquor when it comes through, but you're still trapped afterward.
But not self-destruct activated.
Maybe help is coming, or maybe Umbrella's gonna nuke the entire facility.
Who's
There's
to
no way we
say?
could like
Who's
break
to
a window
say?
to get out or
Who's to say?
anything.
So I want to thank you all for
Ugh.
playing
you.
through this scenario with me. I hope you had fun.
Yes.
Mhm.
Resident Evil is a very big passion of mine. I love this series, and I glad that you all jumped on board very quickly. Might I add, after I tweeted the idea of running a Resident Evil game.
Was literally say less. Like just
So thank you all very quickly. Let's go around and just introduce yourself one more time, so people can know all your lovely faces and where to find you online. Starting with Sade.
Hello everyone, I am Sade Smith-Edwards. I am Glenn Bishop, lovingly known as Daddy on the Lovely Craftians podcast. We're on season 4 and it is getting spicy as well as emotional, so come check that out. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Sade Amby Edwards. From there you can probably find my card, where you can find all my lovely links to my TikTok, Instagram, everything like that. And it was wonderful playing. And on to the next person.
Ben.
Hey guys, I'm Finn Archer, the Bloodhaven Bard. You can find me at Bloodhaven Bard on Twitter, or keep your eyes on the Chaotic Tiefling Twitch channel and the D4 RPG channel every other Sunday to find me on Arklay Legends. But thank you guys for letting me play. I had so much fun being the worst, and
You did great. You did good.
and yeah, hope to see y'all soon.
Joy.
Hello, I'm Joy, sensitive Joy, all over the internet. I am a Twitch streamer focusing on variety stuff. Horror and mental health are my first loves, so that's generally what we cover there. This is my first time playing with Gehenna, so I was very excited to play along, and I loved playing with all of you.
Thank you. Adam.
I'm Adam Edwards. Again, thank you so much for having me on for tonight's show. You can find me online on Twitter at decorum_BLB for B-list bad. And just thank you so much for this opportunity. I had a blast tonight.
Excellent. Last but not least, Red.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red. I stream on Twitch at Mischievous Red. I'm also part of Huntsman's Hydra. And I can't thank you enough for having me play, Ian. This is also my first time on Gehenna, and I honestly have enjoyed it so much. You're such a great storyteller, and it was like so immersive. Like, I'm sure when like people watch, like my face is just all over the place with reactions.
You did have several like
you dropped this thing.
I know,
like,
I can't help
fuck,
it.
It's probably the key card.
Like I knew it. You could see on my face when I realized that's the key card. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate you. I hope you've enjoyed this the homebrew-esque of Alien and a whole bunch of other new stuff coming up, so stay tuned. I have been Ian Ravnos, the game mother, or as it would be called, I guess, in Resident Evil, the Red Queen, for this session, and I had a lot of fun. So thank you all, and have a good night.